Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Coming down the aisle from Asbury Park, New Jersey, weighing 390 pounds,
Suplex City, bitch.
Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam's in control. Bam Bam's in control. Bam Bam's in control.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
The big guy from Asbury Park. Come on, Bam Bam. Bam Bam is back.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Where's Bam Bam going? Leverage, clothesline move by Bam Bam.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bad motherfucker named Bam Bam Bigelow. Try and take him out and you'll see that you're too slow. Flames tattoo across his head. Pile drive Norman Smiley till the wiggle's dead. East Coast from Asbury Park. He'll fuck you up from dawn to dark. Just give him 10 minutes and you will know that you ate a dick from Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam's in control. Bam Bam.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam Bigelow knows his way around that ring. Where's Bam Bam going?
Bam Bam Bigelow.
And you do not want to get into it in terms of the slugfest with Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam Bigelow. I remember late 88, the Omni in Atlanta, and I'm crashing the gate because Bam Bam Bigelow is on the card, a U.S. title match, so he'll be fighting hard. One-on-one with Barry Windham. Bam Bam kicked his ass, but I don't think he pinned him. That night I knew before the end of the show, the baddest motherfucker in the world was Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam's in control. And awesome force. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam Bigelow is going to test those ribs. Bam Bam.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
And now it's Bigelow going up to the second door to the top turnbuckle.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
He's the beast from the east, not to say the least. RVD is gonna feel his fury and leave. Shane Douglas will give up his hope after a Bam Bam moonsault from the top rope. Housing motherfuckers like a runaway truck through tabs through the ring, and he don't give a fuck. He's bald and pissed and good to go. That fire fucking motherfucker is Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam's in control. Bam Bam's in control. Bam Bam's in control.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam Bigelow is going to test those ribs. Bam Bam.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Just like that, Bam Bam Bigelow turns it right back around.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam Bigelow with a very impressive win here.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam's in control. Bam Bam.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Leverage clothesline move by Bam Bam. Where's Bam Bam going?
Bam Bam Bigelow.
The big guy from Asbury Park, New Jersey.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Pose like my Bam Bam. 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 Pose like my Bam Bam.
Welcome and thank you for downloading episode 39 of Suplex City Limits for December 27th, 2015. As always, I am Jim Vicious. He's a man-eater, and his private eyes are watching you. The hole to my oats.
Rando Commando here at ya. That's a good one. I like
Thanks,
that.
buddy. And this week we are joined by Critical Bill of the New Blood Rising podcast. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Fantastic.
You like that intro? Got a little singing in there for you?
You did? Very nice. Very nice.
I always love, especially people that are about. I'm trying to think the age group I always target with this, but I usually will say like, yeah, Hall & Oates, man, they fucking destroy Simon and Garfunkel. And they're like, what? No. Have you ever seen a movie called The Graduate? I'm like, yeah, motherfucker. That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying overall, you take the body of work of Hall & Oates, I put them against any duo, man.
Any duo ever. shit. Suplex City Limits and the New Blood Rising podcast are available for listening everywhere fine podcasts are found. Follow us on Twitter at Suplex City Limit. Follow them at New Blood Pod on Twitter.
Right. That's right.
And there's links, any other pretty much website / New Blood Pod or Suplex City Limits.
Right.
Will get you to our place. Even Patreon, you can give us $1.
Got it in that $3.50?
You got $1, man? You got $1. If I could put it to 25 cents or something, I would. I would let people donate quarters, man. We'll take quarters.
That'd be some of you could donate quarters. I'd love that. I got an e-quarter from somebody. Fantastic.
That's right. Dude.
Keep up the good work.
If we got e-quarters from enough people, we wouldn't have to pay out. See?
That's right.
What I say about that dog ruining our show. God damn it.
I was doing my best. Like, if I just talk over it, then it never happened. It never existed. If I just keep talking over it.
I'm completely joking.
That's just Rocky and Bandit in the background there.
Just ignore the trains and sirens and helicopters and shit over here.
Dog barking, traffic, fucking sirens. Yep.
A hipster band possibly firing up downstairs.
That's the worst of it all.
That's the worst of it all. Some upcoming programming notes for the show. It dawned on me the other day that we have 2 months straight of guests, and I have none booked for January. So I got on the ball. We got some guests. We'll be rigging in the new year, just me and you. The first show we've done, just you and I, for in 2 months.
Oh, we get a little special time together, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I think we're alone now. There's nobody around.
Yeah.
I'll
wear my tight.
Watching Tiffany would be amazing.
You gonna wear your tights next week?
I'll wear my tights next week when we're alone. Yep.
Those of you who didn't tune into the last episode, the Christmas Spectacular, Rando opened a mysterious package from me. Inside were Macho Man underoos, yeah.
Scrunchy ones.
I went online to find like a legit gift, like, hey man, my podcasting brother, I'll find you something cool. And I just somehow, it went from like Macho Man merchandise, and somehow I ended up on like, Macho Man 3-star bikini underwear kind of tights. And I laughed for about 5 minutes straight. I couldn't pass it up.
And then you hit the order now button. Yep.
Yeah, I did.
All good. Yep.
And it was like $20 well spent for just every time I thought about it for 2 weeks coming up. So it was good. Episode 41, January 10th, comedian Sam Medina from Pro Wrestling Nation podcast will be on. Episode 42 of a pending guest from another wrestling podcast. We'll see how that goes. Episode 43, January 24th, Andrew from Hero is Wrestling on YouTube and podcasting. And episode 44, dude, I'm excited. Sean Scoville from Deshaun's 2 Cents Hot Tub Wrestling Reviews will be on the show talking about Lucha Underground.
Of course.
All kinds of other shit. Oh, dude. A fucking chubby dude in a hot tub reviewing wrestling. What a genius angle that is.
Hats off. Hats off to you.
The first time I saw that, I was just like, this is amazing on so many levels.
How has it not been done prior?
I don't know. But like I said, man, if I could, if I could record this in a hot tub, I definitely would be,
You could fill up the bathtub.
If people donate money on our Patreon, maybe we could get a hot tub and then we could both just chill in it and drink beer and do the show.
Oh, I'd have a reason to wear my Macho Man undies then.
If you're getting in a same fucking body of water as me, you need to have something at least to your knees, man. Just you and I in fucking trunks, like little fucking. I have to wear like an earthquake fucking.
A leotard.
Yeah.
Oh. That'd be badass.
I want to be Earthquake for Halloween because, every year we want to do wrestling Halloween, and I have long hair and I have a big beard, and I'm a fat fuck, so I'd be great to be John Tenta, but I'm not wearing, the thigh region of that getup makes me very fucking uncomfortable, dude. Because if you look at John Tenta's thighs during an Earthquake match, you will not be able to, like, you won't even remember what happened in the match, dude. You just, like, all you will be just transfixed on that dude's weird fucking thighs.
That's what was crazy when he came back as Golga and like he was all covered up and shit. But I was like, there's something familiar about that guy, especially that finishing move. And it was like, oh shit, it's John Tenta and everything. And it was just crazy because it was like, man, this was the guy as a kid. It was like, man, we fucking hated Earthquake because he killed Hulk Hogan, or so we thought, you know. And
He killed him.
that's how it felt as a kid. It's like, oh god, he's going into he's going on a gurney. And they're getting him out of there? What happened?
If only he would have, brother.
But it's okay. He's just now. I tell myself, oh, he was just going to film No Holds Barred. Oh,
If that had happened, if Hulk Hogan would have died then we would have been spared Nick, possibly Brooke. So
possibly.
I don't know how old that bitch is, but something to think about. So this week, as there's not really, what is there to talk about for the week? You know, some news. We rewatched Royal Rumble 2001. We were debating on what's to watch. That came up on the top 10, like the top spot on many top 10s. So I figured, what the fuck? Talk some Lucha Underground. Who knows? Whatever else we get into. And what do you guys want to start off with? You want to talk some news? You want to talk about that Royal Rumble?
Well, the first thing I wanted to ask you guys was coming off of because like a week ago, Raw, like pre-Slammies, when the title change happened, everyone was excited again. It felt like for a week, and then all I remember, except for I know you weren't especially, but I'm just, but you know what I'm talking about. Like for the most part, people are like, "Oh, everything is well in the world again," because now they did a title change on Raw. And Vince is back and whatever, and the Philly crowd loves Roman Reigns apparently. And then like it was funny watching the Slammies because, funny enough, a year ago we went to the Slammies because it was here in Greenville. But I remember I watching it this year. I was like, okay, so they have to follow that, and that's the problem is you have to build upon what you did last week. And it felt like it stagnated. And I know it's the Christmas Raw, and so that kind of figures in maybe to it, but man, that kind of felt like it went backwards. It went way backwards compared to where they left off last week, you know?
Yeah, I just thought it was pretty terrible.
It's been going backwards for a while now, I think.
Well, I guess trying to, I guess objectively speaking about just trying to look at really just that what they did last week was like, all right on. You're trying to do something that's going to get people to come back and watch. You really are. You're trying something.
Right.
You haven't done in a while, which is change the title on Raw, which, is that right? It wasn't, the last time that was done was after CM Punk, quote-unquote, left with the belt, and they did that little bit on Raw with Cena and Mysterio. Is that it? Was that the last time they had done that?
I have no idea. I'm going to go with yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Recent history of Raw for me, that's like I have suffered from PTSD from watching it, so it's hard for me to remember things of like the last, from like 2003 or 4 or 5 or something on. It's just like this same sort of thing to me. It's very hard for me to fucking separate any of it. I just know it's just like all I can sum it up as is he's coming back next week.
Oh boy.
Oh, I know. Well, I mean, people said they wanted him. The crowd, the fucking crowd chanted, "We want Cena." So it's like, all right, whatever, fucking idiots.
Drones. The drones, dude. The same people who are now cheering Roman Reigns. Like, fucking shame on you.
The one thing I will say, like, I remember back in 2009 was when Charlie and I, we were both in college and we lived together. And we had both kind of gotten back in at that point. We had both been out for a while from wrestling. I hadn't really watched it, and I think it was around WrestleMania 25 was what kind of brought us in, and we stuck with it. But that year, like after WrestleMania 25 all the way through into 2010, it was really bad. Like it felt awful to watch because and somebody asked us like, well, then why do you guys keep watching? I was like, well, something might happen, and that's kind of the sad psychosis of the whole thing. It's like, oh, something's going to happen, right? Yeah, and we'll miss it. That's the problem. That's why we got to watch it. And it's like, this has got to end at some point, right? And I don't know how. I don't know why we've stuck with it so long, but there's always hope, I guess.
I don't know, man. I don't want to be the down in the dumps guy, but I have very little faith that WWE will ever be good again. I don't think it ever will be, honestly. I see myself in 10 years just being like, what the fuck is going on? You know?
Watching the 11th season of Lucha Underground.
Still doing this show and still just like hating it. No, I don't know, man. I don't see this. I just don't see it. Maybe once Vince dies, I guess. You know, I mean, NXT is certainly decent. At least it's way better than the main card.
Here was something I was thinking about the other night. Actually, was like, is there any way that we can get some insider information and find out which ideas are like Triple H's and which ideas, you know, Vince kills, and which ideas are his?
Man,
because
that's
a
Reddit forum that's waiting to happen right there.
Yeah, you know, I think a lot of discussion about that needs to be brought onto our show. Actually, I was actually just thinking about that this week. You know, whose idea was this now?
I can tell you, Mex-Americans was Vince.
Yeah, Mex-Americans. Yeah,
that was confirmed as his.
That turned out really fucking well, huh?
That's what the backstage conversation. That's what Del Rio told Conan. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
that was Vince's idea, huh?
Oh, yeah, it definitely was.
Well, yeah, that seems like a Vince McMahon idea. That seems like a late 80s fucking PG.
New Day's original deal, that was Vince.
Yeah, but he wouldn't budge on that. They took it. They made that their own. They did a good
definitely,
job,
yeah. But it's almost like when you let people go out and be creative and do things, they get over it. I don't know.
Whose idea do you think? Whose idea do you think it was to put the strap on Reigns now?
Oh, Vince.
Or was this a? Well, I think it was Vince because it was more the financial aspect of things. You can sell T-shirts now.
Oh.
Which, you know, if they wanted to do this for so long, I'm just glad they finally did it, so we can see it finally either, you know, either work or not. You know, because it was what was it? A couple weeks ago, I was listening to it was WrestleMania. I guess it was WrestleMania 21 recap. Like somebody was going back and reviewing that. And in the subsequent pay-per-view after that, where Cena defended the title and the rematch against JBL. And it was funny. It was like Cena was already getting the heat. He was already getting it. And you almost felt like if you go back and don't know what happens from that point forward, you're like, oh, shit, man, they're not keeping the belt on this guy because nobody likes him. And, of course, you know, just like you said, Jim.
They should change it to a fucking retard.
I'll tell you, man, we were in Atlanta for 27. Charlie and I both were separate. We were with separate people at the time. We were at different groups of friends, and we rolled into 27. And we talk about this all the time. It was like Miz was so incredibly over at that night. It was incredible how much he was over with the people that were there, because instead of everyone doing the stupid woo for a Ric Flair thing, like and starting like kind of having the echo go around the arena, everyone picks up on it. Everyone was doing the awesome thing. But what was funny was just like I was in a section where they were just John Cena fans in despair. And just to go even a step further with it, I went to Fastlane this year because my sister lives in Memphis. So I went to Fastlane, the debut of it, too. I will cherish it forever.
Yeah, but, well, it's going to be down the road. 10 years, it'll be like, I saw the first one of these.
I know. I can't wait for it. It was so funny, though. Like, the Memphis crowd in person is amazing. Like, they're so into wrestling. And it goes back to all the history they have. What was great was when the Cena-Rusev match happened, you know, we were all like, this can only end really one way. It's got to end with some stupid pass out because you got to try and keep both guys looking strong. And these kids, they actually were like, these were children that were behind us. And these kids were crying that John Cena had passed out. And like one of the parents was like, shut up, stop crying. And I just want to turn back and go, kid, it's going to be okay. You will probably win it at WrestleMania. I promise you this will work out for you. But it was just so funny. It was just like people would not let him go. And so that's why I wonder now, you know, they put it on Reigns. You got to let him roll with it. Is whatever this kind of, I don't even know how to describe like this kind of euphoria that exists around him. That's weird thing that started, like where it's like, oh, okay, where this is acceptable to us now. I'm just wondering how quickly that will dissipate, if it does, you know?
All I know is that crying Cena children that makes my nipples hard. Not really. Oh, dude, I love crying Cena kids. That's fantastic. I took pictures of them.
I'll say just like addendum to that is crying Roman Reigns teenage girl fans.
Yeah.
to see when we were in Atlanta for Survivor Series, and he won for all the 5 minutes and 15 seconds. These two girls who had been annoying the whole fucking night were just the whole time going just nuts over Roman Reigns. And so when he won, it was obviously awful. But then once Sheamus cashed in on him, they were in such despair. Charlie and I were just doing the Jim Ross calls the entire time for every time like somebody new became champion, and we were just being the biggest dicks towards these people. And it was just so much fun because it was just like, this is what you fuckers get, fuck you.
Yeah, definitely Roman Reigns fan base is a lot of women who want to be super punched in the vagine. So, I mean, my chick likes Roman Reigns, and obviously she doesn't know shit about wrestling, so. She also likes fucking John Cena, so, Dude, if we're going to talk about The Miz, John Cena, and Roman Reigns, I'm going to go fucking drink in the bathtub or something. Fuck.
This is how the podcast begins from the bathtub.
It's just like I'm taking my laptop and a bottle of wine, and I'm just going to fucking lay in the tub. No water or anything. It's a good, safe place to drink.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. I guess this is SmackDown. Is Tuesday SmackDown this week now? Next week. Is that it? Like in the first week of the new year? Is that it?
It was on Tuesday this week. I actually I tweeted Mauro Ranallo, and I was like, check SmackDown to see if Mauro's on. He's not. Changed the channel, and Mauro responded to me. He tweeted me back. It's like, it was a great show tonight, but I'll be out until January 7th. Like, yeah, right on. I turned it there, and I was like, no, Mauro. Fucking see you later. Booker T, get out of here. No, I don't want it without that. And yeah, going back to the tub thing, we all know it's not a good and safe idea to drink in the tub with water. I actually heard, since we can't pass a week without talking about Whitney Houston dying, I actually heard new details this week about it that were pretty fucking crazy. And so I guess that, like, she was so out of it. She wasn't just, like, chilling in the tub. She turned the fucking hot water on so hot that she was so out of it that when she got in the water, it was, like, fucking atomically hot. And, like, melted her fucking skin. Like, dude, she fucking got into a fucking scalding bath. She was so fucked up. So I guess we took it as more... I guess I always figured she was just, like, kicking it in the tub, getting fucked up, because, I mean, that's a good time. I don't care. You know? I mean, I get that. But, yeah, so... Anyway, that was a little of, like, I kind of felt bad about it. I was like, no, not really. But that is pretty fucking crazy that was the case. Anyway.
She made Whitney soup, huh?
Jesus. Yeah, fuck, you dip your cornbread in that shit. No.
Oh.
Come on. What?
Wow.
What? Oh.
I can't believe that you're still making fun of her after she's been sober for almost 4 years, Jim. She's trying really hard. It's not easy.
Hang in there, Whitney. We know you can do it.
We love you, Whitney.
The thing in the wake of her death that it couldn't have come fast enough was an interview with Kevin Costner. I was like, thank God you guys dug up the cause, and we had to talk about The Bodyguard and the times of them working together and the idea of a Bodyguard Part 2, which is so fucking awesome to think about.
Dude, it would have been even better if somebody went up to Kevin Costner and was like, well, where the fuck were you on that one, dude? You know, that would have been way better.
When I was a kid, that fucking close your eyes and shoot in the wood shit was the coolest thing in the world.
He should have been fucking lifeguarding at that bathtub.
Yeah.
He's the guardian. See? There you go.
Well, where the fuck were you, man?
It's Kevin Costner sitting on a bar stool, like a tall stool in the corner with fucking, like, with the little, like, sun repellent on his nose and a whistle.
Do you guys remember that movie The Guardian that he was in where he was the Coast Guard?
No.
Dude?
No.
Oh,
And I've never seen fucking...
He made another movie that wasn't about baseball? Get the fuck out of town.
I don't know shit about that guy, honestly. Like fucking
Kevin Costner?
Waterworld?
Waterworld. Was that one of his movies?
Yeah, so like...
We're not signing up to watch Kevin Costner drink his own urine.
No, I think the one that was his, like, even though Charlie and I joked that Waterworld is secretly Kevin Costner directing it under the title of Kevin Reynolds, even though they're two different dudes. There was the one he did was The Postman. Was the one that came out right after that. That was the same thing that nobody wanted to see.
He was also in that fucking stupid, oh my god, Robin Hood movie, wasn't he?
Oh,
Yep,
yes.
yep.
Yes, the accent that comes and goes as it pleases, and it's great.
All I know is that because of that movie, the world was plagued with that Bryan Adams and Rod Stewart. I like Rod Stewart, don't get me wrong, but...
Oh, I hate Rod Stewart.
What?
Poop pants! Poop pants! Poop my pants!
Dude, you don't think like fucking If You Think I'm Sexy is an amazing song? Come on.
Yeah, that's one though. That's like his own.
Maggie May is another one.
Yeah, Maggie May is alright.
What's Hot Legs? You got a song called Hot Legs, right?
Yeah. I don't know. There's something about Rod Stewart that if I ever met the guy, I'd probably push him down a flight of stairs or something.
Shit, I got something to say to you. Fuck that. But yeah, what was that? That song was shitty. I remember that.
Oh yeah,
that was just Bryan Adams. That
No.
wasn't the super song. That wasn't the super suck song.
what
I
happened
know
to
which
Super
one
Song?
you're talking. I know which one you're talking about. I don't remember what movie it was in. It was like in an Armageddon movie or some shit like that. I know which one you're talking about, but the one in Robin Hood was just Bryan Adams.
yeah. Actually, I got nominated for the Oscar for it, which was hilarious. That thing got nominated for fucking best song.
Yeah, dude.
Piece of shit. Let's move on to some wrestling news. There's really not shit this week. If you play the UFC games on UFC 2, you can play a CM Punk because name, dude.
Because of name, yep.
He's gonna be on a fucking UFC video game, having never fought anybody.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
Really? I didn't know that. I hadn't looked it up. Yeah, that's wild.
Is that a
was
good
just-
game? Do you have it, Jim? Is it any good?
I don't like those games at all,
Oh, okay.
and I don't buy EA games because fuck EA.
I only buy one EA game a year.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't like those games. They're too sim, and they're almost the same as like where they're trying to take rest of the WWE games. It's like, I just want to kick the shit out of people, man. Like that game, I don't know. I didn't like the UFC games. They're way too complicated, and the control scheme is fucking ridiculous. Like I played the EA MMA one for like, dude, weeks, and I still didn't really know what the fuck I was doing. You know. If I got taken down by somebody, I still had no idea what I was doing. So, who fucking knows on that? TNA will be airing a one-night-only pay-per-view in January. Huh? January 8th. Available on traditional pay-per-view outlets.
It's too bad because you know
Who orders that shit, dude?
I don't know.
I wonder how much
Yeah.
that runs, because like what a WWF one typically was what, like $60, something like
Oh,
that.
easy, yeah, easy.
Well, Mania was 60. I think the other ones were like 40.
40 or
Okay,
50.
so that means TNA should probably charge like maybe $20, like.
I would
to be
pay.
realistic
I would
with
pay maybe $5 if it were available, like really easy for me on my Xbox One or something. I
350.
might pay $5.
350.
I remember, like, it was like a few years ago. I honestly made a conscientious effort. I was like, all right, record Impact and watch it week to week. And I failed, like, after week one. I was like, I can't do this. Like, I can't do it. Because I remember, like, the way they were recording stuff backstage, I always thought was interesting, right? Like, I was like, oh, wow, so that's a different way to do it. Right on. But then, like, just once people started talking and doing stuff, I was like, this is terrible. Like, this puts anything I ever thought was bad about a WWE backstage segment. Like, when it got and it still can be really bad, but absolutely doesn't have a candle on those. Like, there's something about those TNA ones that was just degradingly awful. And I remember, like, the one in particular I saw was, it was Hulk Hogan's office, and like Bully Ray and Jeff Hardy and like Kurt Angle, and like one by one he was going to eliminate them just in the room. Who was going to be the number one contender? And it was like, come on, just get to the fucking point, Hulkster. Come on, can we just get to who is the number one contender and stop wasting time?
Yeah, when they moved to Destination America, Or no, they moved to the same night as Ring of Honor. So they brought Ring of Honor on there, and we're like, all right, dude, let's give TNA a shot. And it was that episode, I don't know, earlier this year where James Storm knocks some bitch off onto the train tracks and shit. Just the whole thing was a fucking mess.
Yeah.
It was slightly entertaining because I didn't know who some of the guys were, and I was like, something new. Huh, this is interesting, but fuck, the writing on that shit's terrible, dude. And Josh Matthews on commentary is abysmal. Pope. Oh my god, I don't even know who that guy is.
The one I tried to watch is when they brought back Matt Hardy, and it looked like he just got done from his shift at Hardy's.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like so out of shape, no business being in there. I think they were trying to push him for a number one contender spot.
I remember when they went to Destination America. Remember they were putting up on Twitter like those slides that said like Kurt Angle re-signs with TNA. But the problem was the first one they put out was Kurt Angle. Instead of putting re-signs, R-E- signs, it put resigns with TNA.
This just in. Bram has just signed a multi-year deal with TNA Wrestling. Just right now. Breaking
news right now,
breaking news, dude. No, I don't know, man. It's pretty silly shit. So
I caught this on Twitter. I want to throw. I see what you guys thought of this because it was funny. They were talking about like there are a ton of sites, that do like the odds-on favorites. Like what are the odds on various people winning the Rumble? And like of course there's like generally like 4 or 5 that have like pretty decent odds or whatnot. But then like of course you get down to the ridiculous ones. Like there's Steve Austin always appears. Like for whatever reason, Steve Austin is always in a 50 to 60 to 1 favorite to win the Rumble or something like that. Wayne Rooney was honestly he's like 100 to 1 to win the Royal Rumble. The best that I thought you guys would get a kick out of, Baron Corbin is 50 to 1. Paige is 40 to 1. Paige has a better chance of winning the Royal Rumble.
Dude.
Oh, that's fantastic.
The fact that there are people out there who bet on wrestling is fucking troubling to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seriously. Holy shit. The state of your life, man. Good Lord. Finn Balor pretty much buried the main card this week pretty well. He said, quote, "I really believe that what we're doing here..." Well, fuck that quote. Fuck his quote. Basically what he said, that moving up to the main card would be a step back in his career, dude.
Ouch.
I feel to get quote unquote called up to the main roster would be maybe like a step back for my career right now.
That's awesome.
You don't want to be fucking like the next Fandango after Tyler Breeze, or you don't want to be like fucking Bo Dallas, man. Come on now.
You think it'll be pretty interesting at one point? At some point, it's going to be like all these recent within the last 4 or 5 years, guys that have been in NXT that are going to be in the main event, and that's what I'm really excited for, for the future, to think about like what will it be like once like finally like the Cenas and all the people of the old guard are really out of the way, and now it is really just a main event that's full of NXT guys, which aren't going to be like real true heavyweights anymore. For the most part, they're all going to be lighter dudes. I'm just curious how that'll eventually work itself out.
If you're fucking waiting for John Cena and some of these other old guys to move out of the way, you better pack a lunch, sir. Because it's going to be a while.
Well, I'll go turn the bathtub on now.
Yeah, dude. Cena, and I actually think I have something about Cena this week. Cena said something great this week that we'll go into that. Cena says, "I don't ever want to leave WWE. I have a very good understanding with my boss that I don't ever want to leave. I really like it in the ring, and I try to pick opportunities that don't take me away from WWE too long."
All right, everything I just said, I'm going to go fuck myself, all right? Forget it.
He's never going to be gone. Going back, we watched the Royal Rumble from 2001. How many of those guys are still there? R-Truth, Kane, Undertaker, like
right.
Tons of people. The Rock, he still comes back now and again, but dude, so many of the same guys, and I was like, fucking Kane. Kane was on Raw this week again, dude. And Mark Henry.
Well, how about his pyro didn't go off, right? And I can't remember if that actually happened.
They're cutting costs, man, I think.
he did it was so funny. He did the whole motion for it. And I remember this had to have happened back in the Attitude Era, and I'm trying to remember. I think there was one where it happened years ago. He drops the hands, turnbuckles don't go off, and he just kind of shrugs his shoulders and goes about his business. But on Monday, on Monday it was great because it was just like, well, let's just get to the match then. Fuck it.
Guy needs
Just
to go
like-
away.
So beaten down. Yeah.
There was never a time where I gave a shit about Kane, ever. Not one time.
Well, I'd say Royal Rumble 01 is the closest, I think, like to where it felt like he was pretty legit. Like even though the year before, the couple years before when he debuted, that first run he had where he took the belt for a night, that felt like there was a bit of mystique there. But that 01 Kane, that 2001 era, and even when he comes back like in fall of 02 when he eventually has to remove the mask, it felt like he had momentum for a little bit.
I'm saying from a personal point of view, I gave a shit about that guy from it starts at tearing a cage door off and it ends with him walking away from there. Pretty much. Honestly, the Kane Undertaker match, the first one was like, okay, cool. And then like after that, I was like, I don't know. I just, there's guys like that. There's that, I don't know what it is with me and Rando, but like there's just some things that we're just like, we're like Undertaker, nah. I don't know what it is. Just weird things. But Kane's another one of those guys who a lot of people, if you're a hardcore WWF fan, you liked him, but I don't know, never really did. And yeah, just to see the same guys though,
Right. No, you make a good point. Yeah, it is true because that'll probably be the thing that forever plagues him is because like once WrestleMania rolls around, there's going to be people who aren't really wrestling full time that are going to be at the top. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of who they book.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, every once in a while we get me echoing.
Now I'm getting an echo.
We're both echoing out of you.
No, you guys have fine to me.
No, I can hear ourselves echoing.
Yeah, I can hear us. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There we go. That better?
Yeah.
I can't hear myself now.
There we go. The 5-star podcast.
It's 5-star.
It's a professional show. God damn it. So Sasha Banks not happy with chicken being thrown at her this week. During Thursday's episode of SmackDown, Team Bad was seated what? I wouldn't mind if people threw chicken at me, but I'm a fat fuck, so.
Continue. Just go.
Also white. But yeah, people threw fucking chicken at her. She responded on Tumblr by saying, "You guys, I'm still crying that someone threw chicken at me. What the fuck?" Who throws chicken? Really?
Yeah, it's kind of.
I mean, they're wrestling fans. It depends on where were they? Were they? Trying to think where that.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, where the hell are they right now?
Because I mean, the reality is like even going to independent shows down south is like you're still gonna run into people that aren't that haven't understood that the world has changed, and there are a bunch of racist people out there. I mean, look at the political landscape right now.
Well, look what I mean too. I was thinking that when we had Charlie on from your show, and it was like, that's a pretty racist part of the country. I mean, I imagine like a lot of people. I think of the South, like anything that has South in its title, and I'm like, ugh.
What's wild, the crazy thing, Jim, is that down here, it's
just old people, right?
That's part of it. It's like an older guard, yes. What's wild is like when we head up north sometimes to visit like my wife's family. Like I'll notice like the racism in that area is definitely thicker than it is down here, and I don't know if it's because like we where she grew up, there wasn't a heavy immigration population. There weren't a lot of blacks. It was just mostly whites. So it was always like, that they haven't grown up with them, so that's why they're just ignorant or whatever. But up here in the upstate, yeah, you run into it. I mean, shit, there's a Confederate store. Like I'm not kidding. Like on not too far from here, heading towards the North Carolina border, you can find a place that is all about that, if that's your thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild, man. It's and just to kind of rope it back into wrestling, what's funny is like, when we roll up to Raw every once in a while here in Greenville, like I keep thinking we're going to run into like a real good NWA crowd, right? Like something that's really good, like people that really care about really what's underneath the surface and not what we're supposed to cheer for. We'll cheer what we want to cheer for. And it's not the case, man. It's the word. Like a couple years ago was the They came to Greenville the show after the infamous New Jersey one, right? After Mania. The one that kind of started the whole "this is awesome" bullshit that, crowds have to be, self-serving towards themselves or whatever. And that show, like, crashed and burned. And, like, people were so excited because they're like, oh, now all the crowds are going to be, so into the show and they're going to take the show over. It's not going to happen in Greenville, I can tell you that much. And sure enough, it's like the dumbest fucking crowd that was just all about, oh, John Cena's out. That's our guy. It's because we'll hear the "Let's go Cena," but there's very little Cena sucks coming back.
Yeah, I can't seem to figure out where the fucking Raw was at this week. If they were in Philly last week, I mean, so it's debatable, I guess. I don't know what. I know next week they're back in New York, so probably wasn't somewhere down south. So I don't know.
Right.
You can't pin that.
But you can't be surprised. I mean, in the end, you really can't be surprised. Donald Trump right now is like all over the place. So you see how many people love that guy.
Yeah.
And so that's why it can't really be that surprising to her. And at the same time, it's like, you look at the character you play and don't you understand what wrestling's about? Don't you understand the concept of what people talk about with real heat? That people talk about ad nauseum all the time is, oh, these people today don't know what real heat is. Well, here it is. Here it is for you to.
No, I don't know. Either way, I thought it was it's interesting. I don't know if she really was like mad about it or what, but yeah, who the fuck throws chicken? Jesus. And just last week, we were talking about that thing in Florida too, and it's just like I can't. We did make that connection as well, yeah, because like a guy like Trump being out there running for president almost like seems to give these people like, well, I can fucking just say whatever I want, We have a guy who just says ludicrous, crazy, racist, dumb shit all the time, and people who like that guy are like, well, fuck, I'm gonna do that too, like spitting on people outside of an abortion clinic, and people are trying to get in there, and like, all these videos I've been watching them the last couple of weeks where it's like. This lady's yelling at two guys, and I don't know where they were from. They weren't even Middle Eastern. They were like Brazilian or something. And this lady's screaming in their faces about being terrorists and shit, and they're just like filming her with their phone. They're like, we're not even fucking, So just people are doing that kind of shit now. It's crazy.
Awful. Yeah, man. It's funny. It's like, in a way, it reminds me like when Steve Austin blew up in like 97, 98, like, everybody was doing his shit in school or wherever. Like, you were gonna do everything that Steve Austin said. And what's so sad is like, this is the moment we picked to do it again. Is with Trump. That's the guy.
Yeah.
Exactly. The Curtis Axel fans this week. What? Go ahead.
Curtis Axel fans? You mean there's more than just me?
Yeah, I guess so.
The Imperfect Man. I love that bit. I love that bit. It's great.
Mr. Imperfect, dude.
I dig. I like it.
People held a search party before Monday's Raw broadcast to try to find him. I guess every week on Twitter he's been doing a hashtag "Where is Axel?"
Oh yeah.
So like this guy's turning not being on TV into something, and that's fucking.
He's getting over on the crowd for not being on TV.
Like, why are we not? I don't know why they pay him money. They're like, why not just bring the guy on, dude? I don't understand. Same with Damien Sandow.
Right. I think you can do something with Damien Sandow yet. Maybe. If you haven't destroyed him already.
They miss the boat every time. Same thing we said, like Adam Rose after that ESPN thing. Here's a perfect opportunity. Nope. They just can't capitalize. But that is pretty funny. Where is Axel?
Yeah.
Not on my TV.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Some Lucha Underground related news.
Yay.
Angelico and Jack Evans turned down WWE deals. Yeah.
Good. Smart guys there.
Yeah. They said that they were not interested in signing as they want to stick with Lucha Underground for as long as it continued to exist. They said it wasn't the first time that the company approached them. So I know, like, last year, people were saying at the Battle for Los Angeles, there were people there, like, approaching those guys. They want those guys. Good for them, man.
Yep.
I like to see people saying, nah, I don't want to do that.
No, you just get buried there. Those guys would just get buried.
You look at, like, fucking with, Sammy Callahan, a.k.a. what the fuck was he there? Solomon Crow.
Yep.
He just left. He's just like, yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna go and just like back to the Indies and just make money and have fun. And not sitting fucking job to people like Baron Corbin all the time.
Yeah. It's really sad, you know. People don't want to work for him.
Yeah, I'll talk more about him also later, but I guess there may be a Lucha Underground WrestleMania weekend event. Lucha Underground officials have told talents who are under contract they may be needed for events in Texas during WrestleMania weekend.
Interesting.
So, I'm not sure what that means. It could be interesting.
Yeah.
If they do some kind of a show there.
That'd be the thing. Like I've when we went to 27, we rolled in just for the show, and now of course it's grown substantially since then. With that whole week of just going like that's what I would really want to do next time is see everything that's going on that week besides WrestleMania.
Because there are a lot of awesome. Pretty much anybody who wrestles is in town. You know, doing fucking indie shows all over the place and shit.
Yeah.
The Fudge Brothers went to San Francisco.
Yes.
That California one?
Yeah.
Right on.
And they said they went to like tons of indie shows and yeah, so plus a lot of people do. Jim Ross will be, is in town doing his shit, and a lot of people, just a lot of cool shit going on. Fuck the show itself.
We want to challenge you and ourselves to step up.
So we'll see if they, if they do something with that. That could be interesting. I guess as far as other news in the week, that High Spots has a new web streaming service available. We'll have content from Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, Women's Superstars Uncensored, Queens of Combat, and some of this I don't even know. But there's a bunch of different ones. Indie Feds, also Combat Zone Wrestling. So, $5.
$5.
$5. I believe is what the price is. Doesn't really say. You can try it for free. I don't know. I mean, these things are cool, but they need to have actual apps that are available on other machines and things, because I'm not going to sign up for something like that on my computer. I don't want to watch shit on my computer. If I have an Xbox One app or a Roku app, you know what I'm saying? That's something else. If you can at least get that far. It really doesn't even say how much it is, dude.
No?
It doesn't, no. $5. I said the $5 wrestling, it's like, I guess that's some other thing, $5 wrestling, but... So, I don't know. I don't know how much that is. You feel like there's no way you can charge... You have to basically charge $5, right? I mean... I'd be interested for $5.
Yeah. I think I would be, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess keep an eye out for that. In between, before talking about that pay-per-view, there was another wrestling event last weekend. I don't know if anybody had the chance to watch that. The final 2CW show was live online for free. Pretty badass.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to watch it.
I didn't get a chance to see it, no.
Yeah, the two sets, it was the two sets show. It's their final show as a Fed. And I actually watched a lot of wrestling that day. It was like 2.5 hours, so from 2:30 till 5 local time, Central, was set one, and then there was an hour break, and then there was another fucking set of wrestling. And it was a lot of the shit I had no idea, because I don't really know much about 2CW. But the card was fucking stacked, man. Just to go through some of the matches that I watched on there. Like Bullet Club with AJ Styles and the Young Bucks went against, more 2Z, I guess, guys who were more to that Fed, guys I didn't know. Matt and Nick Jackson, excuse me. So there was a lot of different people, but there was Candice LeRae was on the show, Too Cold Scorpio.
Nice.
Just a bunch of people. Sami Callihan was on there. He was he's their champion. He won the belt a couple of weeks ago, but he actually defeated Dalton Castle in a fucking awesome match. Eddie Edwards defeated Johnny Gargano, which was a great match. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks teamed up against the same cast from earlier. That was an ongoing story through the night. So, nice. And then at the end, it was cool because there was no. They're like, there's no fucking card for this. Well, there was obviously, but they didn't announce any matches. So they kind of presented the show throughout the night as it went, and you didn't know who was coming out. So I did not expect, but Spike Dudley, dude, came out for the main event.
Oh no shit! Right
oh, he did.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Because
he's been, I guess he's pretty fucking deep in the history of that company, and the production was good. It was free. They had like a video coming into it that was like the history of the company and shit. But it was like 9 years in business, and yeah, I thought it was awesome, man. Like a whole day worth of wrestling for free, man. It was really cool. But 2CW is no more, I guess. So yeah, that was pretty good. If you could dedicate, I watched as much as I could, but it's like I really can't get away with watching wrestling all day.
Right. Wow. Who can?
Now, before I lived with a woman, maybe. But there's no way I'm gonna watch wrestling the whole day without hearing some shit. Probably. You gotta ration that wrestling. Ration it in. You guys want to talk about Royal Rumble 2001, or do you want to talk about Raw?
Let's do it.
Let's do that. Dude, I don't want to talk about Raw.
I don't want to talk about Raw either.
I'd rather not, dude. I'd rather fucking Steph come over here and slap me 14 times in the face.
I just got pissed off. That match of the year, like, what is Taker and Lesnar from the Hell in a Cell? And I'm like, even from just WWF ones, like, that's not even close. I wouldn't have even come close to putting that up there. That was my only takeaway. Was like, because I knew everything else would be whatever it is, but that was the only one I cared about, was to see what they would actually have be match of the year. And I was like, man, fuck that.
This just in. Mainstream WWE fans are fucking retarded. They are, man. They are. The people the majority of people who form the narrative that is the product. Fuck them. They don't. Those people don't know shit. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not saying if you go there or if you watch, because we watch Raw too, but I'm saying if you were like the fucking drones, what we call the WWE drones, who, just are out there now, like, cheering Reigns, like, yay! If when they started pulling that angle of people were getting sucked in, like, I don't know, I kind of like Reigns now, like, oh my god. Have you ever watched wrestling before? I just feel like it's people who are these new fans, and I always will bring up those one kids, well, they were, I don't know how old they were, but I came across this podcast. It was two guys who were fans from 2008 on. So they got into wrestling in 2008. And I caught an episode where they're debating the fact that Edge is probably the greatest heel of all time. I started vomiting and shitting simultaneously. like, that's where you're at with this, man. A lot of these fans have no sense of history. Even though they have the history of wrestling pretty much available to them, like, at their fingertips. Like, remember running around and, like, trading tapes and recording pay-per-views on your VCR and God, there's none of that, man. It's all right there. So, like, how we were able to, go back and get some history and all that shit, like what we had to go through then versus what they have to do now. They don't even care.
If you guys had to pick, like, if you had to pick based on just WWF match of the year, like, is there one you guys could have picked that would have been the best one?
The thing that's funny is it doesn't. I'd have to have a list because none of them like stand out in my head. Whereas, actual match of the year was like easy for us to pick Lucha Underground matches. I still remember fresh in my memory that casket match they did and that Mundo and Ricochet hour-long match.
The trios tag ladder match was probably one of the best ones with the most spots.
So that shit's clear in my mind. I remember saying that, but WWE, I'd have to have a list. I can hardly even remember. That's the thing with it. It doesn't form any real strong memories for me. Like it used to. Like you knew, like you're like, oh yeah, last year at this time. Like now, even though we do the show, I'm like last year. The people be like, oh, last year at this pay-per-view. I'm like, I don't remember because none of it was fucking memorable.
The triple threat at the Rumble last year, or this year, I'm sorry, the triple threat for with Rollins, with Cena and Lesnar was excellent. I thought that was a really good. That was one that stood out that I remembered. The only other one that really, I should say two. Owens' first match with Cena.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It was really good. And I know people have said that they think the other ones they did might have been better. It's just the fact that you have somebody go over on Cena in their first match, and unfortunately, the time had to continue on after that, and where we'd see Owens end up. But the only other one that stood out was that crazy Raw match where it was supposed to be Owens versus Rusev versus Cesaro to see who would challenge Cena that night for the U.S. title. And that was when Cesaro started to wrestle, like just on the main roster, just wrestle out of his mind. Like he started doing anything that he could that was something he hadn't done before. A lot of those springboard uppercuts that he was doing, he just wrestled out of his mind. And it was a really cool triple threat. It became just kind of a one-on-one because I think Owens ditched like halfway through, but both him and Rusev looked incredible to where it was like, yeah, man, fuck Cena, man. He's on commentary, I think, for the match, and beyond awful, just trying to call a match himself or whatever. But
I mean, honestly, like, I would
it.
almost go so far to say, that the first Bayley and fucking Sasha Banks match would be in my top for WWE related matches of the year.
Yeah.
No, I like that pick actually. Yeah.
NXT, it's more fresh in my mind, I guess, as far as like they've had a lot of great matches. WWE.
I think the thing that pissed me off the most about that pick was just like Taker and Lesnar had arguably one of the best Hell in a Cell matches. Like before that match, like 12 years beforehand, when they had that match when he was Booger Red Undertaker against Lesnar, and that was when Lesnar first was champion, and it really helped get him over. But it was a damn good Hell in a Cell. It was bloody as fuck. Heyman bled, everybody bled, and Lesnar really came out looking like a monster. Like, this guy can hang. Like, and it's the Hell in a Cell they don't acknowledge. Like, they don't acknowledge anything has to do with.
That's exactly it. They don't acknowledge their own history, so they're not assisting any of these people. And you look at it in the scheme of things, that was quite a long time ago. Not to fucking guys like us, but
sure.
So yeah, that's the thing. Is they don't even. Hey, this already happened. People don't even know that shit. People watch that shit right now, and that's it. So it's crazy. But as I said before, I'm not gonna say whatever. Anything of like we were the best wrestling fan generation, but the age about that Rando and I are early 30s. Mid-30s. God damn it. God damn it. We're mid-30s, aren't we? Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
What a drag it is getting old. No, is that, like, grew up, I was born in 81 as a little kid watching fucking all the classic WrestleManias through the Monday Night Wars, ECW, everything. We've lived the history of wrestling. Pre that shit, I'm not going to shit on the 70s, but definitely before the 70s, it's not really fucking... People were there, people did shit, but I don't care, like, our Hall of Fame, we put someone in every week. Haven't put any of those, like... Because I just, like, I don't understand, how do you rate that kind of shit,
Right.
Yeah. Like, how do you watch, like, an old fucking black and white, like, Vern Gagne fucking match or something, and, like, it's nothing. It's... compared to, like, I don't know, just the modern of wrestling, I guess. So the 70s kind of predated too, so that was the glory days, man. The 80s until like 2001.
2001
when WCW died.
Yep.
Which ties in to the fact that you are on a host of the New Blood Rising podcast.
Very
and you
well
have
done.
you've just chronicled the final Nitro is your newest episode.
Yeah, and I loved it. I this whole run was so much fun to do
because this was new to you guys to an extent, yeah.
Yeah, for me, like, because I'll tell you, like, I was with WCW. I was watching both fairly consistently, both of them up until I want to say when Goldberg lost to Nash, that was when I felt like I was like, I don't know if I nothing felt the same after that. And I remember it wasn't long after that I was just full on just watching Raw at that point. So pretty much 99 through 01, I knew some of the high points, some of the things that people said, you got to go check this out, and I would. But a lot of it, no, I didn't. And that's what was fun, though, was going back through it and finding, there were, like, buried, and I mean buried under layers of just awful garbage, was like, look at this match. Look at this guy who didn't necessarily get over then, but now to us, like, years later, is like, wow, look at this guy. This guy was amazing. Like,
who would you put in that category? Throw some guys at me. Throw some names.
One that I thought was a lot of fun to watch in hindsight was someone like Elix Skipper. Never heard of him. I'd never really, because I didn't watch TNA. But seeing, like, a lot of his matches with Team Canada,
That guy is fucking amazing, isn't he?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was so much fun to discover him. Another one, for me, that was fun because I knew of him and I knew he had feuded with Sting, but I didn't really see I hadn't really watched the whole progression of him in WCW. Was Vampiro.
Oh, right.
And it was neat because and it ties in the podcast he did with Steve Austin, that part 1 and part 2 they did together was amazing.
Yeah.
It was probably one of the better Steve Austin interviews, only because by the end of it I felt Steve Austin really connected with this guy, even more so than some of the guys he kind of knew already going into an interview beforehand. But just kind of watching the progression of Vampiro, and it's just a shame that obviously once the New Blood thing kind of crumbled, it took out a lot of guys with it, like him and Billy Kidman. Kidman was another one.
Yeah.
Kidman had some really great work, and I thought it was great that he actually, I know the feud with Hogan, ends the way it does and everything, but it was cool to see him actually in a feud of that caliber,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's the crazy shit, going into, the fact that there was cruiserweight tag belts for, a month.
Right,
was amazing, dude. Rey Mysterio and Juventud Guerrera as a team. Get the fuck out of here with that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, why could it be those guys versus, two other fucking, little Mexican dudes?
I really the two other significant things we're watching, really Scott Steiner's rise to beat the world champion was so much fun because it felt like, if only this guy could be in WWF at that point, not years later when he'd come in, it would just be the drizzling shits. But at that point in time, just with his unpredictability and his volatility, it was awesome.
When he'd come walk out with a tiger and shit. And not only that, it would be two people walking with him with a tiger, and then he gets to the end of the thing and he starts fucking moving its head around and petting it hard like he would a dog or something. And there's two people in charge of maintaining this animal. There's no fucking way, dude. If that thing would have went berserk, holy shit.
I think the final thing I'll say that's wild in retrospect is that in 2001, despite just financially what was going on, they were starting to build their own kind of momentum, with at least not just the cruiserweights, but even just with some changing up they were doing in the heavyweight ranks. They had something going, and it's just a shame that it happened to be that point is when it ended, because it would have been. I mean, would it have been on the level of WWF in terms of numbers? Would the wars have really been going on? Probably not. But creatively, at least, those first 3 pay-per-views of 01 that they had up until the end were pretty good. They were all right. They weren't as awful as I would have thought they were.
Definitely, I like that shit. Which one had the? I watched one recently, one of the end ones, last few, and maybe the first one of the year, 2001. Yeah. And it's every match has a stip. There's a fucking ambulance match with Bam Bam Bigelow, and then there's a fucking crazy scaffold match. I mean, it's just every single match is something fucking crazy. 3 teams with ladders, isn't that one of them?
Yeah, so because there's a good 4 or 5 pay-per-view stretch of Young Dragons, 3 Count, and Evan Courageous / Jamie Noble, their team. There's a good 4 or 5 pay-per-view stretch of some combination of match with all those guys. And it was really, it was when you go back and look at the Meltzer ratings, and Charlie would joke around, it's 4 stars in comparison to everything else that's on this card. But still, it was they were the highest rated matches on the card consistently for almost an 8-month stretch, I'd say.
Yeah, it's definitely. A lot of people weren't there. I was hardcore WCW, so I knew kind of the reverse of you. Caught the the Steve Austin stuff and some of the shit, but really, I just watched Nitro, man, and I didn't really watch Raw. Cool. So when WCW died in 2001, I stopped watching wrestling.
When did you pick back up?
It was randomly. I mean, I watched a lot of Ring of Honor still and shit like that. And WWF, I would just off and on again as time went through. I'd check it out for a couple months here and there, but it never really caught me, sucked me back in until, I don't know, maybe the network launch.
That's why when we talked about, like we were gonna segue into the WWE timeline and everything, and because 2001 like is about when I bailed out, because once I saw like they were gonna make Steve Austin a heel, and not just, and this is something Charlie and I talked about a lot, was like, it's you're making him a chicken shit heel, which is like not at all like what the Stone Cold heel was of the mid 90s before he really started turning himself into a baby face. That was when I stopped, and it was like it was really off and on. And then I remember after 2004, like I just stayed out period for like the next like 5 years.
Well, dude, the invasion shit was enough to fucking for me to like, well, we're done here. Let me just give you a call in a couple years, see where you're at, see how you're doing, and that was pretty much it, man. I remember being stoked about what the fuck was it, the one that they kind of tried after That's what you should do on there. Fuck, we should do that on this. What is it? Excite? No, it's not Excite. The thing that they tried to do, they filmed a couple episodes of it. It was kind of like WCW 2.0 for a brief period of time.
Yeah, I've seen those. They're on YouTube. Some of the promos or the vignette, or not the
whole shows are on there too.
Really? I haven't seen those. Oh.
But yeah, it's like Lawler when he was gone from WWF. So it's Lawler and Shivani on commentary. It's just really fucking weird, man. Pretty good shit though. Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember being stoked for that because it was like, oh, some WCW people. But yeah, it was just unfortunate, man, what happened with it, because I never really. And then, like I say, going back, growing up a hardcore NWA fan and WCW fan, I think it was better always, dude. I think it was always better. Maybe not the 80s. Maybe if you're talking like early WrestleMania days, Macho Man and Hogan and shit, maybe I'll give the edge to WWF. But by the late 80s, I think NWA was way more compelling. And definitely into the 90s, because while you were watching a fucking garbage man fight a plumber on WWF, like, dude, Vader and Sting were having like crazy fucking matches on there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, totally.
Sting and Vader were working like crazy stiff fucking matches, and they're badass. So, and I think all the way through the Monday Night Wars, I give the edge to WCW. I mean, maybe that 2000 era, probably not, but
yeah, when after Vince Russo came in, you knew it was fucking gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. But like I said, it's terrible. But if you go back to even the Russo shit, 3 cages stacked on top of each other and such. It's so dumb and crazy that it's still entertaining. Like, I watch that now and I'm like, oh, I find it more entertaining than Raw.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great concept. It's a shame that you had to have the David Arquette factor in there. It's the one thing that kind of taints that. Otherwise, it's an amazing idea. Like, it was really cool to see, and it's I think they only really did it that one time for that Jarrett and Page match, and it would have been something cool to see. Going down the road and stuff. I mean, when you go back, like I definitely love Raw. Like that 98 year, I'm a huge fan of just it's when Austin first gets a belt and then when he loses it in his quest to get back to it, like is a lot of fun stuff.
98 was the best year I would say for them.
The one thing I'll concede though is going back and you rewatch it, is like there wasn't a lot around that. There were some things like the DX stuff with the Nation was good. It was really fun to watch, but there was also just like not a lot else. Like, and the stuff that you do find, you're like, oh, that's not very good. Like that really does not hold up well this many years later and stuff. So I think 98, 99, I would say, like those are 2 years, like the 2 Raw years I enjoyed. 2000, like, and I know like a lot of people get really excited about WWF in 2000 because Kurt Angle, Triple H goes up. That's when he and Cactus Jack have their matches. But it really wasn't until like I felt like the fall of 2000 and right where we're about to head into in 01 here, where it's like you have like one of the best collections of really great superstars at one time that you'll ever see. For WWF. It's really neat, this era right here.
Yeah. It's still like there's no roster that could ever fuck with that WCW Monday night, like the 97, 98 WCW roster that had like a million fucking people on it.
Sure. Oh, yeah. But I don't know, when you have, because this Rumble we're about to see, like all the collection of guys, like even the guys like in the mid-card, it's pretty stacked. Like I don't know at any point in time if you've had that that great a concentration of talent that's actually going to be used. Like on paper, some of those guys in WCW, like at the same time, like Macho Man wasn't going anywhere. Sadly, he's there, and I love him. I love seeing Macho Man like kind of mingle in NWO, but his title reigns are a day long at best.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll give you that. So yeah, that's definitely. So you've now moved to the Invasion. That's the deal.
We're gonna be kicking back into. We're gonna be starting with WrestleMania 17. Like we're gonna go through and do it because it's the WCW part is definitely a part of the show. It's not a huge part of it, but it's definitely like we have that Shane versus Vince match, and that's all built from the final Nitro episode. So we're gonna dive into 17 and then just kind of go trucking from that point on into WrestleMania 18, which 18 is such a weird mania. It's going to be interesting once we get to 18 because there's it feels like the first, like even more so in 17, like the first like modern mania where it's really big. It feels huge in scope and stuff, but it's in terms of the matches, like it's really not that great at times.
No, although that's a lot of manias in general, dude. So we watched Royal Rumble 2001 this week. It wasn't as fresh in my memory, but I guess some of it the shit was. Unfortunately, the dark match was had Michinoku and shit in it, so unfortunately missed that. We missed the Funaki match, dude.
Yeah, you did.
Tiger Ali Singh, D'Lo Brown. That's one thing I have no idea about watching this. I was like, what the fuck is going on here, dude? Like these motherfuckers looking like the Three Wise Men and shit.
Oh yeah, this was their
What the fuck is this? I don't even no idea, dude.
Their whole dark match was so they could get in the Rumble, and which is all the funnier once the Drew Carey shit rolls up later on. So it's like, yeah, you guys get to be in the Rumble. Yeah, we're gonna sub you guys out for the comedian.
That was a dark match, right?
It was, yes, you're right. That was a Sunday Night Heat match.
Okay, so and it was 1 minute and 57 minutes long, so or 57 seconds. So a real barn burner. But the thing that was funny is, because then they referred to it later in the show. Like, oh, you've been replaced, and I'm like, so I have no idea what the fuck's going on. I'm glad you have this background for us. Otherwise, it would just go into the mystery.
I'm glad to clear that up, so now we don't have to get into the tub. That's scalding hot and kill ourselves.
Yeah, your expertise is come in handy here. But overall, the show, good tag match with the Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian. You can't really go wrong there. Kind of weird to see them not using ladders and shit.
Now, real quick, you guys notice on the network when you watch this, like there is a magnificent gap between the Dudleys match and then the women's match that picks up a little bit later on, and it's never mentioned what there. I guess if I was just scrolling through the major events, I wouldn't know that there was an Intercontinental title match for good reason. I guess because one of the guys happens to be Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to come across because I'd heard about this on the network. If you watch any pay-per-view that's got Benoit, if you depending on what your setup is when you watch it, and you can go to just the highlights, like the bench points or whatever with your remote, like you'll find that anytime there's a Benoit match, there's a massive gap because they won't even have it as an event. Like they try to, it's weird. Like they don't censor him out of the pay-per-view, but they won't let you find him easily.
Yeah, it's really weird. I guess I didn't need to skip there too. I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch this, but yeah, I don't know why they do that. Like, what does that accomplish really?
Yeah, because in the summary, even in the little summary of it, it says Chris Jericho wrestles for the Intercontinental title, but it doesn't say who the champion is.
Yeah, it's really odd, dude. There's in general the crowd. You remember lively crowds? Remember when people went to like WWE events and had fun?
Yeah, New Orleans too. Like the New Orleans crowd, like they're hot on this whole show.
They had fun, man. Like to me, this like when I watch Raw these days, the tone of the whole thing is not fun. It's not a fun thing to watch. It's not entertaining to watch. It's just depressing and boring. So at least this was like a crowd that was excited was definitely something. I also like WWE using kayfabe concussions in storylines. That Dudley's Edge and Christian thing. Wow, that's interesting when you watch it now.
I know. That's the one. That was one of the first things I took away from it. Was just like, wow. And if I like not to look ahead to WrestleMania 18, but I remember there's a match with Kane and Kurt Angle, where all they talk about is head trauma, and Jerry Lawler sells it ad nauseum, the head trauma that Kane has suffered. And I'm just like, man, I remember this was a thing. Like, you could get away with doing this in a match, like talking about, the severe head injuries this guy has sustained.
He's taken that across, cracked his skull, and his fucking brain, and like, oh my god. After that match, I thought that was a good match. After that, Michael Cole, dude, the state of your fucking hair. Holy shit. That is fucking, what is happening there, dude?
I know.
This is the worst fucking hairdo ever.
Yeah, the Sugar Ray era of fucking Michael Cole is amazing.
Just bad. Fucking hate Michael Cole. And then that little thing with Drew Carey in the back, which I still don't understand why Drew Carey was like a part of this whole thing, but like he's since right in that he's like that he hasn't been watching Raw, like that's awesome. Like, what do you think of it or something? He's like, yeah, I don't really watch much these days anymore. Like, yeah, fucking the rest of us.
I saw Paul in the airport.
It's like, fuck. I thought that was nice too. I was like, that's very good. He, just buries it right there. And the thing with that Benoit match too, going to the redacted versus Jericho ladder match. It's really weird to watch that dude get smashed in the head with things, isn't it?
That spot? The one where he goes through the rope.
Yeah, the tope. Holy fuck.
Shit. Yeah.
It is weird. It's like,
yeah.
This is uncomfortable.
Real quick, have you guys this is some of that black helicopter kind of shit, but it's still like it exists out there in some regard where people think like there's something else that went on that day in Atlanta with him, his wife, and his son, where it's like, it's not what we think the story is or whatever.
Kevin Sullivan, man,
yeah,
I read a bunch of stuff on it. Yep.
Yeah.
Shut off. What?
Yeah, they think Kevin Sullivan, because he stole his wife away from Kevin Sullivan. They think there's a conspiracy theory to it.
Yeah. It's wild. Yeah,
We've talked about it before on the air, Jim. We've talked about it to where like a lot of guys behind the scenes were they say that Kevin Sullivan was like openly, like he was an open devil worshiper or something, like Satan worshiper or some shit.
Wasn't though.
I don't know. That's just what I've watched a couple of YouTube videos.
Maybe it was
on
that
it.
wrestler he got out of the sea. Back in the Florida Championship, they had a wrestler who, he summoned him from the sea. Maybe it was that guy.
You had Godzilla, some sort of fucking
just
Godzilla
a big
wrestler.
ripped guy who he summoned from the ocean.
Somebody like I can't remember who said it. Like they had like and again like it's where's the evidence or the proof that backed this up? But they had said like that Benoit's wife had like been had some drug things going on. And Chris Benoit walks in on a deal that's going down, and it just goes bad from there. Where like everyone gets snuffed out, and it's staged to look like how it is. And it's like I've grown up we're hearing all this stuff like Jim Morrison's death is a conspiracy, John Lennon's death is a conspiracy. That all these people have died. Like of course John F. Kennedy's death is a conspiracy. That one, there's Kevin Costner's taught me a lot about that one.
That documentary, right? Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I what I love to think that there's that Chris Benoit wasn't that type of dude. Sure, but it kind of is what it is, and that's why I always wonder though if for whatever reason, if it finally got exposed at some point that it wasn't what we thought it was, and it's like, well, shit, now we got to act like he exists again. We have to go back and.
Dude, go back there. I just have to think that, Kevin Sullivan, how many years late? Kevin Sullivan's remarried. He lives in Florida. He fishes every day. He's happy as fuck, man.
Right.
He doesn't give a shit about that.
Right. But,
I think that's a crazy idea. I think I always figure what happened, and I don't know, man. I like true crime shit. I like to read a lot about that. That's like an interest of mine. So I feel like he's probably in an argument with her. He puts hands on her. He accidentally kills her. Should be Snuka style, brudda. No. And upon the fact that he's killed her, he's no fucking other way to go, man.
Yeah.
And then if he's going to kill himself, he kills the kid. I don't know. That's what I mean, it's crazy to say we didn't talk much about it, but man, even like real life shit, man, relating to kind of stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we know for damn well that like these sort of things do happen. So
Yeah, people can snap. Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
you're right.
somebody that you look at it too. You know somebody for like what 20 years, and then you're like, wow, that's crazy. Wouldn't have guessed that. So I mean, it just happens. But that's why I feel like he did. He accidentally he pushed her and she fell on something, hit her head, or it's really hard to say, man. Well, no one will ever know.
Right.
No.
But it is a fucking crazy situation for sure.
To bring it back, it's like that's why when you see like some of these bumps that he takes and that chair shot, it's just like it is uncomfortable to watch in a way because you can't help but think about what would happen years later. So I totally get where you're coming from on that.
I feel like too, could somebody have killed all of them? Absolutely. I mean, I think that's like a definite possibility, man. Look how law enforcement handles a lot of shit. I mean.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Speaking, just a quick sidestep here. Making a Murderer on Netflix, dude. There's that shit. Oh, my God. You have to watch it. People have to watch it if they haven't. It's like a true crime. It's like a documentary, but it's a 10-hour long episodes about this whole fucking situation of a real crime. And it's amazing. Gotta watch it, dude. I started watching it, and I lost my fucking life until it was over, dude.
Did you see the Kurt Cobain one that's out there? Not the montage of Heck, but the other one where it's all with the PI, and they reenact it, and they have all this stuff where, like, I mean, by the end of it, like, it paints a pretty vivid picture that it didn't happen the way it went down, and that Courtney Love had something to do with it.
That's one that I'm not much for, like, crazy conspiracy theories, but, dude, I've always believed that Courtney Love had that dude fucking killed. Absolutely.
Dude, when you watch that thing, I mean, if you don't think that going into watching that doc, you will coming out of it because you can't help by the way, like, I mean, this fucking PI, man, this guy knew what he was doing. He recorded every single call that he had with her and all these people. And, I mean, he lays it all out there for you. I mean, it's,
just the fact that they signed a prenup and he was in the process of getting ready to divorce her. If he divorced her, she got nothing.
Right.
Yep. So... And yeah, that looked too. When we were watching that, and I was like, "When the fuck did that whole album come out?" A week after he was found dead, dude.
That's right. Yeah. It's wild, man. That thing is crazy to watch.
Yeah. So, and then they always play that. Let's go back, take it all the way back to TNA. Every time those One Broads come on, they have that Doll Parts fucking song.
Oh yeah, yep.
Every time. That's what Billy Corgan got you by coming in.
Is he dude, great call out. Is he still with them?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he is. He is actually. Yep.
I hadn't thought about that in a while. Wow.
Much like the Smashing Pumpkins, TNA hasn't been good in a long, long time. I listen to old shit. I like, what Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, the double album. That's a fucking.
That's a good
album.
That's
fucking tasty, man. Yeah. Ode to No One, that's such a badass song. There's good shit on there. But yeah, the new shit's abysmal.
He had a side project too.
Zwan.
Yeah.
Horrible. Zwan is some of the worst music I've ever heard fucking made. Seriously. It's terrible. I don't know what that guy was thinking. He got in his own head, so those guys do that. Where they come out and they write all this fucking amazing shit, and then they start buying their own bullshit, and then it just goes down the tubes because they get all self-indulgent and just do fucking terrible shit. Yeah. Like Zwan. Speaking of terrible shit, China.
Great segue.
Dude, I'm getting segues down. 40 episodes in.
Oh, but real quick, overall, what'd you think of that ladder match?
That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, do you think, how does the Lion Tamer spot on the ladder hold up for you this many years later?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it was whatever. I didn't think it was terrible or anything.
No, it's just funny because when I look at it, I'm like, I don't know really. Like, I know Benoit. Like, I watch him move his arms to make it easier for for Jericho to do it. But I kept looking at like, where is the pain in this? I'm trying to see like where it hurts.
Oh yeah.
It's like that. It's like that figure 4 that you do in the ring post that Bret Hart like talked about in his book. Like, there's nothing that hurts about this. The only person that feels anything is me when I have to like lean back and my head hits the mat or whatever.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I thought that was a decent spot. If you do Jim Ross, let's just bring him into the equation. Jim Ross sells that moment like a motherfucker.
Yes, he does.
And
Right.
that's one thing, too. Is like, that's what we're talking about Mauro Ranallo being on SmackDown now, coming up here January 7th, is somebody who can bring intensity to a moment, somebody who knows how to build a moment. Yeah. Nowadays, this shit is terrible. Like, these are the worst fucking commentating team ever. Especially on shit like that. Michael Cole
they had a good rivalry. The Jericho-Benoit rivalry in this era of WWF was really, really strong. Like, in that video package they do beforehand, where it just shows them going toe-to-toe all the time. That's why it's like, this is truly what an Intercontinental title match should be.
Yeah, I enjoyed the match. I thought it was definitely the match of the card. Which is weird, because last week, we did, or 2 weeks ago, I don't know what it was, before, hold on, let me think now. I'm trying to think, before TLC, we watched the first TLC from 2009. Yep. I thought the match on that match was the ladder match, too. So, maybe. I feel like, the new TLC, definitely the ladder match was the match of the evening.
Oh, totally.
With, the New Day and all that
New
shit.
New Day and
So,
Lucha.
if you can do it well, as long as it's better than, like, Shawn Michaels wrestling a ladder in 1993 or whatever. Shawn Michaels versus a ladder. Razor Ramon as the ring enforcer.
Yep. Special guest referee.
Yeah, dude, when you ref that match with Shawn and that ladder, that was fucking great, bro.
Couldn't have done it any better myself.
That's right, dude. And then just a lot of backstage bullshit after that Intercontinental match.
Yeah.
All I think was just like, fuck all of this. I don't like this when they try to do that old, like, this Raw style story stuff backstage. It's just like,
yeah, this is that. Remember, like, in 2000, they did the same sort of thing where it's like the McMahon stuff is really the main, like, that is the centerpiece of all this stuff. Like the McMahon, Helmsley, all that stuff storyline. It's the same shit. That's why, that's the only thing that kind of detracts sometimes from the WrestleManias of, like, 2000. Like, it's what really detracts from WrestleMania 2000, and it kind of detracts from 17 is the fact that it's like, it just feels like everything just falls underneath the McMahon storyline still, Everything has to. It's terrible.
Yep.
and it still does, dude.
And
that's to this day.
That's what's funny.
Yep.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Oh my God, the next generation of people. As we don't do cuts on this fucking podcast or editing once we begin, I'm going to go and take a leak, grab some ice for my drink here. I'll be back in a minute. So I leave you guys to discuss China versus... what's that bitch's name? Is it Ivory?
Yeah, it was
somebody, anybody.
Ivory
It was Ivory.
it
was Ivory.
Yeah, it was Ivory.
Yeah, there you
for the women's championship match. 3 minutes and 32 seconds of fucking...
I'll tell you, what was more fun to watch from this, definitely in the match, was that ridiculous build-up to it. Where,
oh, God.
First of all, the bits with China talking to JR, like, and what's so funny is, like, and I'm gonna credit the AE podcast with hitting this really, really well, and it also Place to Be podcast when they both have covered Royal Rumble 01. It's so funny that Steve Austin was just out for like a year plus with a neck injury, like a pretty bad neck injury, and now you're saying China somehow within a matter of weeks is like, oh well, doctors say I'm doing okay, so I'm gonna go back in there and try and get the belt back and everything, and it's just fucking ridiculous. But then, like, to see Ivory doing the parody of her with Val Venus's JR is amazing. It's amazing to watch.
Yeah, I tried to block this one out.
What did you think of Right to Censor? Did you like if you go back and think about Rando, when you're thinking about like the heat, like that era of 2000 with when they came up, do you think they were good heels?
Yeah, I think it only would have worked at that time.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have worked at any other timeline in the long WWE. It was okay. It was something different, I guess.
It didn't help guys like Val Venus, and it didn't help the Godfather. It didn't help Bull Buchanan, really. Stevie Richards, it kind of helped. It gave him a platform to be on for a bit. But I thought it really helped Ivory. Like, it helped Ivory really become like her own quote-unquote diva for the time. Like, because beforehand, she'd been kind of there, like, she didn't really stand out. But once she did this, it was really great. Like, that's really the bummer in this whole stupid thing that we're about to get into with this match. Is like, she could actually, like, she was not only I'm gonna say at best a decent wrestler, but she was a pretty good character as well.
You guys were supposed to be done by the time I got there. You notice I do on the show, like, I always piss during when it gets to the Divas match. I don't know if anybody else knows that.
Yeah, you did that last week too. Yeah,
I'm long-winded. I'm long-winded as fuck. That's why, that's why those podcasts, any of those shows can go from 2 hours to 3 hours very easily if I get off on something. I know.
Yeah, dude, it's all good. Some of our shows swell. We try to always do like 2 hours. Sometimes it just like gets off the rails. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't really have much to say about that. I guess I thought it was, again selling a neck injury this time, right?
Yeah. The thing that after Owen Hart's death, like when we call it the Owen voice comes out to play, where all of a sudden we have to act like this is real, even though this is not, and it's not even close to what that tragedy was. But we're going to try and act like this is. That's always I hated when they would do this shit. And then when Jerry gets in the ring, let me go check on her. What the fuck are you gonna do? What, molest her? What are you gonna do?
Grab her tits, yeah. Yeah, exactly. She's way too old for him, dude.
yeah.
What's funny is, like, you guys remember, like, it's like in a month later, it's like when he quits all of a sudden because of the cat, because the cat gets fired, he's like, well, fuck you too.
Yeah, that's when he went over and did that other thing, and he was calling
that's right.
With Stravani, yeah. It's really interesting. But yeah, it's just women's wrestling. I don't know.
It's really a shame that this is on this card because it's the only thing that is like, because everything else on this is pretty solid to really great on this show, except for this thing.
Yeah, I'll give you that. The Owen voice, I like that you call it that. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just silly, dude. Moving on to Kurt Angle and Triple H.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Oh yeah. Because this, when I remember first buying this DVD for this show years ago. Like, just funny because there's some not just the Benoit thing, but like Austin's music gets edited back to his classic music in this thing when it was like definitely the Disturbed version. So like there aren't a lot of differences, but that's beside the point. The thing that was funny about coming into the match with Angle and Triple H was like thinking about like where Kurt Angle was like a year before this, like having his first loss to Taz, at the 2000 Royal Rumble, and just to see where he's gone. It was really cool to see, and I kept remembering. I had to tell myself, like, he still had so many more good matches to go after this. Like, not to say this one is like some 5-star classic, but just to see where he had ascended to as a superstar.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that I was bored by it eventually. 25 minutes long. I don't know, dude, and just a lot of working the leg, and I don't know. I really wasn't. I mean, it wasn't bad or anything, but
do you think that the whole Trish Stephanie thing like affected what you would have liked in the match? I mean, granted, is it long? Yes, and it's because with Royal Rumble, like they've that it feels like that's going to happen with at least one match. It's going to go a little too long just to save time for their bridge time for the Rumble and everything. But the biggest criticism I've heard people talk about is they can't stand how overbooked this match is.
Oh, it's a Triple H match, so I mean, but yeah, the camera just follows Vince and the two broads forever, dude. And I'm like, there's a match, like I don't care about any of this shit. Like, oh, he's carrying her out, big fucking deal. I don't know. I wasn't really listening into it, man. I mean, I hate Triple H, like hate him. So any of his matches, I'm just like, fuck, I hate this guy. It's hard for me to like watch shit with him and just like not think about like how much of like a backstage politician he was and all the bullshit he's pulled. The fact that he did, I mean, honestly, I refuse to believe that you just like, oh, I just happened to that me and Stephanie McMahon were a clique and we got along together and this and that. And it's like, that was the best position for him to move. He was smart to do that, dude. Right. Fucking Stephanie McMahon was a smart idea for everyone other than Macho Man Randy Savage.
Bam.
Because even though she looked 18, she wasn't. Let me tell you, right?
And
That's funny. Combining this match with the China matches to see like where she like clearly like she was on the way out. Like I'm pretty sure after WrestleMania when she squashes Ivory, somehow recovers from her amazing recovery from her neck injury, wins the belt. Yeah, she is gone. I'm pretty sure not long after WrestleMania 17.
Is this about that time or what?
Yeah.
When they start fucking?
With him and with Triple H and her?
Yeah, is he fucking her at this time?
I think it's somewhere in 2000. I think it's honestly somewhere in 2000s when it starts because I think that's when you start to see China in those weird storylines with Eddie. Remember where like she's his valet and she hates him, he loves her, and then like she goes in with him and like now she's his valet for real and she loves him and they have that weird kind of almost domestic dispute kind of storyline going on the whole time, which it seems like it's around that time because you can see just emotionally she's all over the place.
Yeah, and I question the integrity of any man who fucks China just in general. I mean, honestly, like Sean Waltman, dude. What? Come on, man. I'm gonna date this chick. Okay.
But you're totally right. Strategically for him in his career, like it was totally brilliant because one of the things that comes out, it's like you see because and it ties into the match because we see Austin come out and they have their bit stemming back from the Who Hit Austin storyline, which eventually was revealed not only Rikishi but Triple H was behind it. Terribly revealed. Oh man, that is such a case of this didn't work, so now we need to try and revise this to where we can get a better heel into this spot because fucking the Usos dad can't hang with this. So
dude, Rikishi he's heel and yet like does the shorts pulling up into his ass thing and he still does it. Jesus Christ, man. If you're gonna try to book him heel, at least have him fucking be heel, wrestle heel. I don't know. He's still out there doing his face spot still. I don't get it.
Mm-hmm. Thing that becomes strategic in this though is like, we'll see Triple H come out and interfere with Austin later, but Austin never got over on Triple H. That's the one guy that he never like beat at the apex of his popularity. He never really beat him at any point.
Yeah.
Never did. And I always feel like, especially because you got, remember the next pay-per-view is that No Way Out where they have that 3 Stages of Hell match. And it's really good. It's a good match and everything. It just pisses me off that it doesn't make any sense that in Steve Austin's build towards WrestleMania, where we get to by the end of this card, it's like, why does he have to lose a Triple H in between there? Why? It makes no sense. And of course, I mean, Jim, you can spell it out now. It comes all back to what you were just saying. That's why.
Yeah. And this match, it was too long for me. And of course, Triple H is not going to lose to Angle unless he gets like hit by a fucking truck and run over twice. I mean, this is ridiculous, man. Instead of him beating me, how about someone comes out and fucking cuts my arm off with a sword or something, and then I'll fucking go down for the 1, 2, 3. Jesus.
I was always so shocked, like when he jobbed to Daniel Bryan at Mania 30, it was like, I was shocked there wasn't some other way that was booked other than him just losing clean, because it was like, it just feels like he would have to lose with some strings attached, like, oh, I lost because of this or that. I was shocked that he actually let that guy go over clean on him. I was shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you figure that he's at least going to do it, but you never know, man. People are saying, like, well, what if he gets the belt back here coming up from Reigns or something?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Dude, him with the belt would be hilarious.
Because, is he at 14 Reigns or is he at 13?
I have no idea.
The only reason I ask is because I feel like legitimately they would put it on him so that he would be at 15 if he's at 14 now, and Cena would be at 15. And then we would see the match to see who breaks Ric Flair's, record or whatever. And it would just be, just the worst thing to behold, of course, because I don't want to see either one of them.
Yeah, where do I sign up?
Can Jon Stewart kill both of them? and or whatever. But Jim, you're right though. I think it does run long. Some of the work in there is really good, and I think they had good chemistry together, him and Angle. And I'm pretty sure, I don't think we see them wrestle again. Really, like, I'm trying to think if they really have like any other significant matches after this point. I really don't remember of any.
The only thing I want to see John Cena wrestle is a hungry lion or a crocodile in a swamp match.
Him against Skinner in the swamp.
Him versus Skinner and a croc in a swamp match. Yeah. I just want to see him wrestle fucking hungry animals, polar bear or something. And then fucking in an igloo, like a Hell in a Cell, but a large igloo.
Yeah.
With holes for cameras, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to have to flesh that one out a little bit more, but I'll get back to you with it. Moving on to the Royal Rumble itself. This one, the Royal Rumble, I'm just trying to think, like, why this card was the top. Is it the Rumble itself? Or is it the card itself? Because the card is really good, but was this Rumble a really good Rumble? I don't know. It's not...
All right, so one thing I always like to think of, like, if I'm trying to judge a Rumble, first off, is did I, like, beforehand, could I have guessed the winner? Was it clear cut who was going to win it? Because a lot of times it is. Like, I mean, and it seems like this year already, pretty much everywhere you go, it's now looking like Brock Lesnar, hands down, is going to win. Now, I don't know if that's the case or anything, but it just feels like everyone overwhelmingly is on board with Lesnar going in at number 30 and winning the whole thing. Do you guys hear that too, or kind of see that?
I think that would be terrible. I wouldn't like that.
Sure. Oh yeah, it's not the best move by any means. It just feels like already like that's how it's being booked, and that's why, like, when I go back and think of, like, is it a good Rumble? Usually, like, the good thing that helps a Rumble is not exactly seeing clear cut who's going to win it. And when I go back to this one, it's like at one point in this match, you've got Rock, Austin, Taker, and Kane. Now, there's probably two of those guys that, legit are probably going to win. But at the same time, it's like the way Kane is booked in there and everything. And, it feels like the one thing that helps is that there's a great collection of top-level guys to where it at the time, it wasn't 100% that Steve Austin was winning in my mind. Even though I loved Austin, I loved seeing him come back, I didn't think it was a lock that he would win this thing like he would in '98 on the way to wrestle Shawn at Mania. So I think that's one thing that helps. The other thing that helps in this, though, is how they kind of segment it. Like that hardcore edition of the Rumble. That
was badass. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
it's so much fun.
Yeah, with Raven and Al Snow.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Although Raven at this time, I don't know what was happening with him really, but the leather shorts, dude, come on, bruh.
Yeah, man. One thing I had forgotten about was like how many, like, and of course the coveted WWF Hardcore title. I put that in quotes because we all know it's a hardcore title. It is what it is. But like I didn't realize that how many times he held that title and how much like he was in that title picture for that hardcore division. Where I was, because at the time, like I barely remember him being in there. I really do. Like it's not something that sticks out at all. I know he has a crazy match. I think his Mania 17, I think, is him, Big Show, and Kane in a hardcore match.
Yeah, that one's pretty great. I was just going to bring that one up actually because they weren't real offices or something. Because they kind of shot it wrong. So you could see where the top of the walls ended, but no less. They built fake like offices in the back and had them throwing them through windows and walls, and it was pretty fun.
Yeah, totally, absolutely.
So, I think there was a golf cart involved in there and shit. That was pretty good. I thought K-Quick was gonna win this Royal Rumble, dude.
He was.
It's like, here we go. Here's the winner right here, K-Quick.
Doesn't he look like he is aged very well? Like, he looks like, the exception probably not being in the best shape compared to that point in time, like, he still looks like he's doing the same shit, like at a pretty high level. That's one thing I'll give R-Truth. I mean, granted, like, he's more of a sad comedic act at times, but just in terms of his ability, like, and I you know what I'd forgotten about? This is when he was teamed with Road Dogg, but Road Dogg had gotten fired for drugs at this point, so he was out on his own.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, and there's a lot of people that I did enjoy in here. I don't know why. Perry Saturn's a guy I've always liked for some reason.
Dude, when you played WCW NWO Revenge, he was the best player. Like,
yeah, I think that might have something to do with why I liked him.
Yeah, agreed.
That's the thing.
Scott Norton.
Scott Norton's another guy who, like, because we played those games is why we fucking like that guy. Dude.
Yeah, man. That finisher he had, that shoulder breaker.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, that thing was it. I love that finish.
Yeah, he's great. He's a fucking cool guy too. You talk to him on Twitter before. He'll tweet you back and shit if you talk to him. He's pretty cool.
I didn't realize he was like. Did he say he was in Over the Top?
Oh yeah,
he's in that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm resident Over the Top expert here, man.
Oh, I love Over the Top. I fucking love that flick. I'm a huge fan of Over the Top.
Call me Captain Michael Doonbuggy, dude.
That's a doc, though. You should check. If you like Over the Top, like there's that. It's about the Golem Globus films. It's called Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, I watched that. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, big fan.
I was like, dude, those movies were my childhood, man.
Yeah.
Like Death Wish 4, and I'm like, oh, dude, we loved that shit. Like, we used to just sit and fucking count how many people died, and you're like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's like 3, 9, and you just like, you got a running total. Dude, will have a Gatling gun and just mow like 50 people down. Like, this is fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I thought this was, I thought it was fairly predictable as far as who's going to win. It was obviously, to me, it was Austin, Kane, or The Rock. I mean, I didn't see it being anyone other than that.
Which is cool though. Like at least like that's 3. Like in definitely years past, like it's like, oh, so you have a pretty good lock that so and so needs to win the Rumble. Like last year, pretty much like without question, even though we didn't want it, none of us wanted it. We pretty much knew Roman Reigns was going to win. And that's what really killed that Rumble from the start. Like, that Rumble never had a chance just because that cloud was hanging over it the whole time.
Yeah, indeed. So, Austin wins. What, this like his second or third in a row? Third?
It was his third overall. He won 97 and 98 and then won that one. So that was his 3.
I know a lot of people don't like Royal Rumble 99, and I guess that was always one I enjoyed because it had an ongoing narrative. Of him leaving and coming back, leaving in an ambulance, then stealing it, coming back.
I mean, the rest of the roster going in there is terrible. Like, there is nothing else, like, in terms of what's going on in the ring that really matters. But you hit the nail on the head, Jim, is the fact that you have a narrative going through it, which really wasn't the case with a lot of Rumbles. Like, they never had that.
A lot of people don't like that. I've seen a lot of countdowns of people like, oh, I didn't like 99s. And to me, I was like, I went back at one point and watched every Royal Rumble, in fucking order. And I was like, that one was the most interesting because, it just had a narrative at least. It had this ongoing story throughout.
What'd you think about Royal Rumble 2000 in that run there?
Oh, it's pretty hard for me to even remember. Which one was that? Who wins that one?
All right, so that's the one where Rock and Big Show have this. They try to duplicate the Lex Brett ending.
I guess my favorite one's like 99, 92 when Flair wins. That's awesome.
That one's. Talk about collection of talent. Like, when you just go down the line of guys that would be in the Hall of Fame or be world champions, that one definitely, absolutely, that one stands out.
Plus, you had Heenan on commentary just rocking it, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Heenan.
Just being a complete Ric Flair fan. It's so great. Just fucking yelling at Rick the whole time.
All right, so Jim, being like, and Rando too, both you guys being big WCW on this, how cool was it when you saw Haku?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Well, first off, I was like, Ming. They're like, Haku. Yes. I'm like, okay, Haku, I guess. So that'll tell you how much of a WCW fan I was, man. Literally how it happened. In my head, I'm like, oh, it's Ming. And they're like, Haku. I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess he was King Haku.
What's so sad is, like, he got the crowd is silent. So, like, it's only once you see him do you kind of, like, in his amazing amount of hair, do you kind of, start to put it together once he gets in the ring that it's Haku or Ming. They didn't do any type of Titantron for him that at least showed his name. Yeah. It's just that terrible, like, stereotypical Samoan music hits.
Yeah,
exactly. And he pops out there. But do you guys seem to remember this? At one point, it was booked to be Haku and Rikishi versus the Brothers of Destruction for Mania. Like, that was the idea.
It makes no sense.
I know. Well, like, watching this, I was like, because when I was watching the Rumble, I was thinking about it, and I was like, maybe they would try and draw it from this. Like, granted, I think like that would have helped Rikishi as a heel, teaming him with Haku. Maybe that would have helped him get over a little bit better, but
he's no barbarian.
Yeah, I know exactly. He's no right?
I like the Faces of Fear, man. The real Faces of Fear, not to be confused with the Feces of Fear or the Faces of Queer, whichever name you wanna call the Ascension. I kind of like Feces of Fear.
I like Feces better. That's the really,
yeah.
I think that hits. Yeah, that's good.
It just cuts it down to what they are.
Welcome to the wasteland.
Yeah.
The Feces of Fear, dude.
That's awesome. Yeah, I enjoy the Rumble. I definitely enjoy this one a lot. I'll tell you this: the moment, like the thing that really stands out is that moment when Austin and The Rock lock eyes and they go toe to toe. Like it's a really cool, just wrestling moment. Where it's just like it's. Their matches are what they are. They're not the technically superior or anything like that. But just seeing those two guys at that time were the most popular guys go at it. It's really cool. It was a really cool thing to watch again.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. I like to. At this point, it's like there's not much happening. We have to come up with something to watch every week. So that was pretty good. I enjoyed it. We're running pretty long here. Let's move it along. NXT, I mean, we'll just kind of hit the high points of it. Boring Corbin. I mean, you had the Vaudevillains, and this was all filmed in London, so you still had the London crowd, which is great, because they're fantastic. And if you think that if you're one of those people out there who bitched about the London crowd, just fucking kill yourself. Just stop watching wrestling, dude. People were complaining about that.
That's terrible.
They're annoying and they're loud and they're having fun, dude. I thought that crowd was great. London always is a great crowd.
I hate when crowds have to think that once the chant "We Are Awesome" started, that's when I really checked out on really liking, really enjoying the crowd aspect of shows anymore, because it's just why do you think you're so much more fucking important or whatever? But in that same respect though, I still enjoy when people have fun. I just hate that when people get on a high horse that are just oh well, that crowd's just they're they're enjoying themselves too much. Well, what do you want them to do? Do you want them to just chant, let's go Cena sucks? Fuck that, man. Do something else, because that doesn't work.
No, where the crowd died for me. Go ahead, Rando. No,
What? What?
Exactly.
When the crowd died for
exactly.
Yeah.
I remember being away from the product and then coming across Raw at one point, and I'm like, why are these people all saying what after every fucking thing? That's, to me, is the worst thing to ever happen to wrestling chants.
I think you're right. No, you're absolutely right. I thought, and I think the yes chant kind of.
I think I thought that was all right. I had no beef.
Yeah, totally. That's a much more acceptable version of the same thing. It's a better, because it's not done all the time. I just hate when Brie Bella tries to feed off of it.
Oh God.
That just pisses me off, because it's just fuck you. You're useless.
You're trying to do his kicks and shit.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Dude, if she couldn't ride his coattails any more literally than she fucking does. Seriously.
One more thing about the crowd. Now, I'm going back to NXT that was in Brooklyn. Wasn't weren't the Full Sail people, or I'm trying to remember which crowd was talking shit about the other? Was it Brooklyn talking about Full Sail, or was it the other way around?
Well, Full Sail was mad that they didn't get the show. And they were booing every time they would be in Brooklyn, boo, fuck that NXT. I'm not a big fan of the NXT crowd, really. People come out with a new thing, and it's immediately the crowd's putting it over. It's they get script notes, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I think you're leaning towards where the problem is going to be. Is now that these people that think they're over in NXT, which some of them definitely are, without question. But like you just said, when you just walk out and you're just doing whatever, it's nothing spectacular. But they're treating it like you just did a 450 off a ladder. That's all of a sudden. Then when they get up to the main roster and people are like, "Yeah, man, fuck you, man, that shit ain't over." It's oh, well, what happened? You were so over in NXT. It's because that stupid fucking crowd that, just embraces everything like it's WrestleMania.
Yeah, I really dislike the NXT fans who like to fancy themselves to be indie fans or something. You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
You're not, that makes them I'm cool because I like NXT. And it's dude, you're not an indie fan. You like NXT. Come on, man. I mean, I like it too, but I'm just saying people who think that they're highbrow wrestling fans because of it or something.
Right.
And I guess you are compared to the people, the drones of the main card. But come on now, man.
Yeah, that goes without. Yeah.
Don't never forget. Don't ever look past that WWE logo that's in the NXT logo. Okay, when you're fucking hashtagging about it, you're hashtagging WWE NXT. So let's not forget that, kids.
Right.
The Vaudevillains versus the Dude Bros versus the Ass Fuck Twins, and also Jordan and Gable. That's what we call those teams. So everyone's got most teams that we dislike have a name. So the ass.
All teams that we dislike.
Yeah, the Dude Bros and
the Dude Bros.
Ass Fuck Twins. Like I said, this crowd was so energetic that even the Vaudevillains were over, man. This crowd had so much energy. Dude, I enjoyed booing the fuck out of the Dude Bros. That was great. Because they're supposed to be face, man.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty funny.
Good.
I hate those two guys,
well.
man. They suck.
I mean, Zack Ryder is whatever. I mean, he's one of those guys he's fine in the ring, I guess. If he'd been given something other than what he has, he might have been something, but not really. Now he's back in with this Mojo Rawley again. Every time we see this guy, I'm just like, I can't say enough that he's the shits. I just don't see it with that guy.
No, he's diarrhea.
Yeah. Speaking of the shits and diarrhea, do we want to interrupt this to ask the question?
We might as well before we forget.
Yeah, before we forget. So on this show, we both told on a previous early episode, we both told stories of shitting our pants as grown men, which started a tradition of asking every guest if they've shit their pants as an adult, and if so, will they tell us about it?
Oh, it's fucking brilliant because this is like a Thanksgiving thing with the family I'm in. It's great. This is great.
We all shit our pants right after we eat pie.
Yeah, amazing. No, but it hasn't happened. But I can tell you the closest I ever came, and it was just because about a year ago is when I started taking out meat from my diet, and I'd gone I'd started off vegan, I'd kind of tailed back, but by the time this rolled around, which was I think this was like October of this year, I think. Yeah, or no, it was actually, I think it was the summer, to be honest. It was somewhere here in 2015. We'd gone up to Pittsburgh, and, anytime I could get tofu or something like that, I really enjoyed it and things of that nature. We ended up going to this place that is an Asian, flavored vegan restaurant, that my wife's aunt wanted to take us to. It was like, right on, cool, this will be great, awesome. So we go in there, and it's like, yeah, you try all these things, and it's great. Here, this is chicken. Guess what? Not chicken. It's tofu. Wah, wah, all that shit. And there's the fake shrimp. All these things. So I'm trying this is great. And I'm just fucking plowing through this stuff like crazy. And then at the end, for, I guess, to kind of catch up for my wife's birthday or something like that, because they weren't able to celebrate with her, they bring out this mountain fucking gluten-free cake. And, I mean, it is as tall as fucking Rushmore, and it's just dense and thick, and I have to eat a slice of that on top of it and everything. Sure enough, we get in that car, with my father-in-law, who's a real intimidating-looking dude, man. He's a nice guy, but he has just that angry eye, that angry forehead and everything. So I'm just like, fuck, I never want to appear weak in front of this guy because it's just it just gets to me, but. We're driving through this 5 o'clock Pittsburgh traffic, and sure enough, man, I'm thinking it takes about 30 minutes to get home, and I'm like, I'm not gonna make it, man. My stomach is in all kinds of fucked up, and I get to the point, when you have to shit and you have to hold it in, and you start contorting your body. I'm folding myself up in the back seat, and I feel like I'm turning pale. And of course, my wife doesn't know this is going on, and I'm just trying to concentrate and holding this in as I'm breaking out in the sweat. And they're just fucking talking about, oh yeah, we went to Kennywood and we got the giant fucking sausage dogs with the gravy and the fries and all this fried shit they're talking about. And I'm just trying to concentrate, but then eventually I'm like, Gary, can you please pull over? Because this is also my wife's grandmother's like brand new Lexus, and I'm thinking, if I fucking blow in
I
here,
wish the story went that way.
I know.
I just want to say, I wish that this ended with you shitting all over a fucking inside of a Lexus.
Oh, it would. Oh, wouldn't that be great? Fuck, man. I finally asked him to pull over, and we go to this gas station. I go in there. There's a fucking line for the bathroom. And granted, I had to do the awkward stilt walk in there where I'm not bending my knees, and I'm doing anything I can not to let go. And there's a line. And for a moment in time, I looked at the women's bathroom, and there wasn't a line, and I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm thinking in my mind, just go do it. Just go do it. Finally, like, there are enough people that got dismayed by the line that were also in line. They were like, fuck it, I'm gone. Dude, I tell you, I came so close. And what's funny, after that, I was like, fuck that tofu shit. I'm not doing it again. Forget it. I'd rather eat just regular meat now. And it's true. Like, I developed a bit of an intolerance from that moment forward. And
Meat holds your shits together, man.
It's crazy. Like, and... yeah,
yes, it does.
That should be their slogan for beef, dude. Like, meat holds your shit together. Beef, it's what's for dinner, dude.
I'll tell you guys, I was scared out of my mind because I was like, because like I'd always joke with my wife, because it's happened to my wife, you know, at various points or whatever, and it's a joke. We all laugh about it, you know, and everything.
I'm sure she'd love you being out here talking about her shit in her pants.
Oh, of course, it's great. You know, that's why
we need to get her on the show next time.
Oh, yeah. She was like, it's gonna happen to you one day. She kind of does in that foreboding way. It's just sort of like, it's coming for you.
I feel like it will. Yeah, it happens to everybody at some point.
And that moment in time, I came ridiculously close. So I have no problem talking about that stuff, man. That's great. That's a great question to ask.
We ask everybody, dude. Well, we try to. Sometimes I forget.
Yeah, we forget.
I've done a lot of damage to my short-term memory over the years. Well, that's pretty close. Maybe by next time you come back, you'll have shit yourself.
I know.
And our listeners will be pleased.
What's fun now is my son pretty much takes care of that. He just shits himself everywhere because he's also 3 months old, so he doesn't know any better. So
shitting himself all day, every day.
Oh yeah. Oh,
dude, I'm out of cigarettes. This isn't good. Well, that's the Suplex City Lemons for today. Good times next week. No, I have more. I just have to open them. So yeah, the Vaudevillains, dude, bros. I mean, that was entertaining. As far as I was thinking about you when I was watching it, Rando, because I know how much you love 6 and 8 and 12 and 16-man tags. What is going on with them? That's just everything lately. I saw that. I didn't watch it, but I saw some of the highlights from Tribute to the Troops, and every single match had like at least 8 people in it. It was unbelievable. There was an 8-woman match. There was a fucking 12-man match or 16. Fucking ridiculous. Where does Tribute to the Troops air? Is that on NBC? Or is that, I don't even know.
I think it's on USA.
Is it? Is it on the network then too? Or, I mean, I'm not going to watch it. I mean, I'm not.
Don't kid yourself.
I don't want to watch fucking Jack Thwager in a fucking boot camp match. I don't even know what a boot camp match is. Oh, I don't know if that's where the other guy fucking rapes you while calling you a faggot or something.
Remember a year ago, they did one with Ambrose and Bray Wyatt, and that was in the middle of their real hot feud where it was just like they're going to just tear each other apart. And they did this stupid boot camp match where it was kind of jokey.
What does it mean?
Well, it's like, it's really like you just have a bunch of military-themed things in the ring. Like, you know, like maybe some fake barbed wire is the most extreme it'll get, but like just other fucking crap like that. I'm trying to remember.
So that's similar to when, that's probably about because it always is in December, isn't it? So that's about the same time where they were putting Dean Ambrose into like all these dumb fucking matches, like a Halloween match and a Christmas match.
Exactly, like stuff that was like, this is not what this guy needs. Like,
didn't he slam somebody on a pile of fucking pumpkins? He did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he also hit people in the head with presents.
That was the Christmas one, yes.
Oh my god! Why do they do that shit?
I think
they've tried everything they can to ruin Ambrose, and yet he's still the most over face on the roster. So whatever it is.
Yeah, they'll find a way to break that, I'm sure.
Dude, sometimes when you see that, like when you're seriously watching a guy get body slammed on pumpkins and shit, like. And hit in the head with Christmas presents. It's just so fucking ridiculous. I don't even know what to say about that. But Jordan and Gable won this match. I'm ready, willing, and Gable for Jordan and Gable fucking title run. I imagine that's going to happen soon. But I don't know. Bull Dempsey, Elias Sampson, like a minute long. I do want to talk about this Elias Sampson guy's gimmick. Holy shit, man. The state of your gimmick. Nobody. It's just silence.
That's all I got. That's all I
I
got.
didn't watch this one, so that's why I'm chiming
I was
in.
calling him the Drifter. I was like, this Drifter gimmick, and then they're like, the Drifter, Elias Sampson. I'm like, oh. He like he'd been having vignettes for like 2 months of like this acoustic. It's almost like a Johnny Cash ripoff kind of song of this dude standing around in the shadows singing this song. And then he comes out with an acoustic guitar and he fucking beats the guy in a minute, and then he plays a guitar in the ring a little bit. I'm like, what a terrible fucking gimmick, man.
I could just see Undertaker being like, yo, dude, I'm the only one who gets Johnny Cash for real. You got to fucking take that shit and do your own thing.
It's fucking JEFFJA. Get the fuck out of here. Unless you're the honky tonk man, I don't want to see you bring an acoustic guitar into the ring. All right?
Yep.
That's it. Fucking Sami Zayn and Ty Dillinger also on the card. That was the main event, the return of Sami Zayn. Good match, I don't know. Not a lot to say about it. I guess that Ty Dillinger guy's okay. The crowd was very fantastic. They got a top knot wanker chant going for at Ty Dillinger. He rocks like a little. It's not really a man bun because he doesn't have long hair, but he does have like a top knot. A top knot wanker. I was like, that's great. I love this crowd. Dude, I don't want to even talk about Raw, really. You got some quick points to make about Raw?
Well, it's a slam.
It was fucking awful.
Yeah.
It was awful. Neville won for Breakout Star of the Year.
Oh, God.
I guess.
Oh, my God. That's why I thought, like, it felt very legit, Kevin Owens' reaction, because it's just like, yeah, there, in no way, shape, or form would I ever have thought that guy was the breakout star of the year. Not even close. The one, like, and this is what really blew my mind. Titus O'Neil the whole year, like they talk about, look at what he did outside of the ring. He bought food for all these homeless people. He's done all this stuff that's really, really great. John Cena still wins. He still wins even in that fucking category.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I thought, and the use of Neville fucking is something that really pisses us off because we like that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I guess before that, the show opens with Mom, which it makes me want to change the channel immediately. No Dad.
Yeah.
Even though Dad showed up at fucking TakeOver, way to sell that shit.
I'll tell you, my wife doesn't like a lot of things in wrestling. She loves Undertaker. My wife is a huge Undertaker.
Yeah, my
mark.
girlfriend loves it too. Yeah.
But fucking once, if Stephanie McMahon starts talking, that's when she's just like, man, fuck that lady. Like, what is with her voice? I'm like, well, she is kind of a man, so I don't know what else to tell you. But yeah,
she does have a penis.
I don't know if she has a penis or if she just has a really big clit that looks like a small penis. maybe that's it. Dude, this shit with Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is the still smiling dumb fuck.
I hate you guys nailed it last
good.
week. I know it's not just last week. It's been in previous shows. You've talked about it. See, that's like coming off of him winning. Like that's where it's like don't fucking do that anymore. Please don't, because you look like a fucking moron.
Him after he fucking did the beatdown of Triple H and all that shit. It should have went to the silent fucking dude, the Goldberg.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect
Goldberg.
analogy.
Yep.
Why? Him as this like fake laughing, smiling. It's terrible. And now all these people that, like I said, who cheered for that shit, now enjoy it, dude, because this is what you're gonna get. Right. It sucks. Her yelling at him to get out of the ring, and then he gets out, and then she wants him to get back in the fucking ring. I'm like, oh.
That was
terrible.
That was really the most moronic. But that's when I got really just angry about the whole, because even though like hearing her scream over and over is enough to get you pissed off, but then like just seeing just that whole switch where it's like, well, no, now I want you to get back in the ring. It's like who on paper like thought like when they were doing the bullet points of this that this is logical and makes sense for just a talking bit, not even a wrestling bit, just for a fucking talking bit. That was yeah, man, what a way to start. What a way to start when you had basically momentum. You had some kind of momentum last week.
Yeah, no.
With and this is how you kill it right off the bat.
And can this guy come down the ramp now, please? Like, honestly,
yeah,
some of these shows, he didn't come out a bunch in this, but some of these Raws where he shows up like 3 times, up out of the crowd every fucking time. Like, this is so stupid, dude. I just don't understand it, man. It's like, and at least now, I guess the crowd kind of likes him. But when he would come down and people would put their middle finger in his face, I'm like, "There's your face right there, your next top face."
I just figured, it's a liability. I figured at some point it's got to be a liability issue that you do this because, I mean, I love watching that CM Punk gif where like he just smacks that bitch in the fucking crowd, like that dude that just fucking pushes him and he just backslaps and hits the wrong guy. But man, when he fucking throws that, it's like that's why you can't do stuff like that in the crowd because at some point it's going to be a liability.
Oh, dude, I love shit like that. When wasn't it Ron Artest fucking went up in the crowd in Detroit?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. He hit the wrong guy too, but fuck you for throwing a beer out, you stupid fuck. I wish you'd have beat the shit out of the right guy. Meta world peace coming up on you, son.
Meta world peace, yeah, right.
That guy's a legit fucking psychopath. Now his name is something about fucking pandas. He plays in China.
Yep.
Fucking awesome, dude.
Didn't he? I thought he got re-signed by the Lakers. Is he not with them again?
No, he's playing in Asia.
Okay.
What's his new name? It's something Panda.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. So, following that terribleness, Raw opens up with Kane. Oh, great.
Oh boy.
Kane defeats Bray Wyatt by DQ, and the Wyatt family interferes. Team ECW makes the save. Then they had, again the Dudley Boys. With Kane
and Dusty Dreamer.
Yeah, that was an 8-man. There you go, Randall. That was your 8-man.
Yeah, that was my.
These awards, dude. Yep. R-Truth won the LOL moment of the year. Great. The OMG shocking moment of the year, won by Kalisto, which that was pretty cool. I mean, that was
pretty legit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But just the name of these fucking titles, and dude, no one shows up. I love how nobody's there to get these awards at all.
Yep.
Oh,
These ones, Seth Rollins hobbles out and gets a crowd face reaction. Doubles down with the heel shit. Like, oh, that was.
So I was going to ask you because I think you guys talked about this last week. Did you think it was a waste to bring him out?
Well, it was a waste to bring him out when Steph is the one who gave the award, because now there's no. Wouldn't that have been what you would base your shit on? Is he comes back and confronts Steph and Triple H on how they ditched him and the shit they've said about him.
Right.
And that makes him face, and he's now face, and it all makes sense. But the fact that he gets that face cheer and then comes out and loses the crowd entirely still with the heel thing is just like, it's really dumb, dude.
Yeah, it was, I think though the one thing that'll help is if you don't bring him out again, like it'll be kind of a blip on the radar and you'll forget about it. Because it is one thing like I'm excited about for the near future is when he comes back, if they do push him as a face and he could be kind of his own kind of dude and everything. Like I don't know. Could it be messed up? Absolutely. It could be terribly fucked up from minute one. And it seemed like from this appearance, you're already there. But
can and will be. And the fact that that's how they knew that none of these people were going to be there probably for it to win. So they're like, we better get him out. He can't even walk, and we got to fly him out here for this.
Yeah. You
want fresh matches? How about Del Rio versus Jack Swagger?
That's fresh.
And I like their TLC match. I thought it was pretty good. Like it was much better than I thought it would be. And then you do this.
The angles is bullshit though. John Hero won the Hero and All of Us award. He wasn't there. Mark Henry accepted for him.
I love he looks up at the Titantron first to see that's where the answer is going to be, who's winning, and he's like, oh, I got to look at the envelope.
Yeah, dude. And then right next to that, boom, Bo Dallas with the surprise return of the year. Sting wins. Sting's not there. Handicap match. I guess it's say too. Steph sets it up as punishment for Roman walking away after she told him to by putting the Usos in a handicap match against the New Day, which they win anyway, beating 3 of your tag champs, not only 2. Well done. R-Truth? Dude, I can't believe they did this, seriously. The R-Truth pulls the thing from the Miss Universe thing.
Yeah, the Steve
Who
Harvey
even
thing.
watches that? And people are like, oh, look at this. Like, dude, okay, 1, this shit's stupid. 2, Steve Harvey's fucking dumb. You ever watch that guy on Family Feud? He's just set loose in that place, and he doesn't really seem to know what's happening, man. If you watch him host Family Feud, he seems like someone's crazy old grandpa, that's just showed up and thinks he's doing a game show or something. It's
I remember
nonsense.
I remember when he had that show, like back in like the 90s, sort of that Steve Harvey show, because I remember that was like, I feel like that would be on around when SmackDown would come on or something like that. And I was like, man, this show sucks. Like, it's not even as good as Martin. Martin was definitely a much funnier show than that piece.
That's back when every stand-up comedian had a fucking sitcom, at least tried it.
Yep.
Every single one, dude. Even ones that were just, like, hilarious. Like, what's that chick's name? They did that Grace Under Fire thing with whatever her name was.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a million of those. Even that Towson guy had some kind of like a Cosby Show ripoff. Fuck was that? Parenthood?
Yeah.
Maybe it was called. Oh, yeah. Back then, every comedian would get a developmental deal. They'd try a sitcom and terrible. All those shows are just terrible.
Yeah.
Much like Rusev defeating Neville. There's your breakout star of the year, motherfucker. Tapping out with a submission. Yeah. The Rock and Ronda Rousey won the This Is Awesome Slammy. They weren't there.
Oh God, yeah.
And they were both there. No, they weren't there. Neither one were there.
And the Miz accepted on their behalf. So. Right.
Yeah, so it's all good. It's cool.
He also, got his fucking shit in there for the Santa's Little Helper. I'm sure everyone's lining up to see that.
Blockbuster, bigger than Star Wars.
Yeah, on our friends, the Federation podcast, they actually have a commentary for that. I just put out, I guess. That was their Christmas treat to you. I guess that's basically like giving you. That's almost worse than giving you coal. That's almost like taking a shit in your stocking.
It's like giving you AIDS for Christmas.
Remember, what was the one, like, right, there was the one last year, I think, with The Miz and Santino, but, like, they would show Santino was in the movie, but, like, they wouldn't show him talking because he was not talking like Santino. He was talking like how he normally talks because he's acting a different part. And it's like they would deliberately not show that to try and confuse people.
They'd be like, he's a great actor. Look at that. I don't know who watches those fucking movies, man. I've heard that due to some tax breaks you get for doing projects and creating work, and I don't know. I've heard that they actually come out ahead on those, even though they lose money on them. Tax-wise, it makes sense for them to do them. I don't know.
I got you.
They're terrible, every one of them. I don't know who. I don't think I've watched any of them. Have you watched any WWE movies, Randa?
Are you fucking kidding me? I don't even watch the wrestling half the time.
God damn, dude. Like, I want to see, like, Triple H, the chaperone.
The only one I would have given a chance is the one where Dean Ambrose was in it, because I was like, I could see him at least, like, coming the closest to pulling off an acting part, because I just feel like just like the way he carries himself, I could buy him a little bit as an actor, but I never ended up. Well, was that 14 rounds that we're at? I forget. It was one of those. I think it was another 12 rounds. Another 12 rounds, maybe. I don't remember. That was the only one I would come close to giving a chance, but I still haven't.
Fucking terrible. And the thing that's funny too is like none of those are on the network. Not that I would watch them any fucking way, but why didn't you put like your old terrible bullshit movies on the network? I don't get it.
Yeah. Exactly.
DVD sales in fucking truck stop bins, Get 10 DVDs for $10, and it's just like all WWE shit. It's just like hundreds of copies of, of the Leprechaun movie they did.
Oh God!
With Hornswoggle as the Leprechaun in a complete costume. Yeah. So he's in there, I guess.
Leprechaun in the Hood.
The Leprechaun, the first Leprechaun movie actually takes place in our great state of North Dakota. A little known fact.
No shit, really?
It did. Watch it or read about it. Yeah, it takes place in North Dakota. Yeah.
Huh. Fantastic.
It's our moment in the sun, dude.
Oh yeah, that's our brightest moment in the sun. Fuck Lawrence Welk.
Lawrence Welk, Roger Maris.
Right. Oh yeah.
Phil Jackson's from here.
Yeah, Phil Jackson is from here. Yep, he's from Williston.
Probably the biggest celebrity out of here, Phil Jackson. Or Lawrence Welk.
Probably the most successful, I would say. Yeah.
The most successful, other than us for this podcast, obviously.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to be on that list. Anyway, look out, Phil.
Is that in a wrestling podcast in 2015 and said cunt a lot?
Which shot them to superstardom.
Yeah, exactly. Advertisers flocked to their brash, offensive nature. If you don't use Crest White Strips, you're a cunt. Jim, Suplex City Limits Podcast.
Speaking of cunts, you got that not so fresh feeling?
Yeah.
We could sell Summer's Eve on this shit.
Yeah. What?
The we could it could be a Summer's Eve a segment of the week. The smelliest cunt of the week.
Stephanie McMahon every week, or Tammy Sid.
For 57 weeks in a
Speaking
row.
of smelly cunts, Tammy Lee Sitch this week. We got to do something about her every week. I guess moving on from that, Becky Lynch.
I tried, but penicillin just quit working after a while.
Yeah. Becky Lynch defeated Brie Bella. Yeah, because...
Speaking of dirty cunts.
Jeez. Dropped a lot of them right there. I feel like we've used them all up now. A lot of cunts for the rest of the show.
We're all out of cunts for the rest of it. Oh, shit.
Critical Bill's our guest. All out of cunts here on the Suplex City Limits podcast. And we're talking Monday Night Raw. Talking steel cage match with Dean Ambrose and Sheamus.
I fell asleep during this.
Yeah.
I did have to come back to this. I don't think I made it in the first watching to this point.
Hours of fucking terrible shit, man. Raw.
I even got the condensed Hulu version this week since I turned in my cable box.
Oh yeah, you scaled up for that.
Yeah,
I was thinking about getting cable, and I called and I was like, your prices really are not very good considering that everybody's getting rid of it. I figure at some point with everybody getting rid of it, it'll be like a decent price, but it's not really.
No, I got locked in for like $89 a month for a year, so that's why I got it. But now it's like $175 for both cable and internet.
It's absurd. Television's not worth a shit. I haven't had cable in years, and I'm not bothered in the slightest, but it's just not necessary.
No, I tell you what, that Sling TV, that's a pretty handy fucking.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to not get cable because I just want to get Sling so I can watch Lucha Underground.
Oh, dude, I love that El Rey.
The El Rey Network's great, man. You can just toss it on there and like go about your life.
Oh, it's been Godzilla movies all week, all weekend. Christmas with Godzilla.
Yeah, Godzilla movies, Kung Fu movies. It's fucking great, man. That channel kicks ass.
Maybe, Gremlins marathon on this New Year's weekend.
There's like two movies. Just like the two movies all.
Yeah, they're just gonna keep playing them.
That's
back
good
to
to
back.
know. I'm gonna sign up because I've actually been wanting to watch Gremlins because of the Christmas season. I was gonna get into Christmas movies, but we're running long. And then at the end of the show, Stephanie McMahon slaps Tom Phillips in the face and, like, I guess legit hurts him.
Well,
Yeah,
Ambrose got fucked up too in that match, didn't he? Like, didn't he get he had to get staples or something like that?
Oh yeah, he did have to get staples.
Yeah. But yeah, Tom Phillips, they just popped out a story today. Like people thought he was legit hurt from getting slapped around by Stephanie McMahon or Stephen McMahon at this point.
You expect people to just go out there like an announcer guy, like you're just gonna slap you in the face a bunch. Oh, that's not really part of my job description. You think Todd Pettengill would have been out there taking fucking bitch slaps from somebody? I don't know.
Yeah, no shit.
I actually saw a recent interview with him. He's on some kind of a radio show. Pretty fucking awesome, man.
Oh yeah, he was cool.
It was kind of cool to hear from the guy and what he thinks about it and like his time there and shit. Pretty cool. He's a guy who kind of just everybody sort of forgot about.
Yeah, because they got Michael Cole, who they tried to use to replace him.
He got him that job. I saw that from that. He actually knew him and worked with Michael Cole at some fucking TV station, and he on his way out brought Michael Cole to meet them. So, thanks, Todd. Thanks, Todd, for that. Just blasting along. Ring of Honor this week. Dude, they've got to figure something out. They have a pay-per-view, and then the show the next week is not building off that pay-per-view. You have to wait 2 weeks for the tape shit to catch up to what happened live on a pay-per-view, and it's just fucking stupid, man.
Yeah.
Like, you come in as, I want to watch what the fallout from your pay-per-view this week. I don't want to watch other tape shit. I don't... There's not much to it, you know, the whole thing. I mean, everything was all for that pay-per-view, so nothing really that exciting happened. I guess Cheeseburger was on the show. So Cliff Compton was on the show as well. I thought he was going to be hurt. Like, I thought he was hurt forever, man. Cliff Compton, didn't he get really fucking hurt or sick or something?
Yeah, that's right.
But on this week, they had like a big fucking crazy match where the partners were picked as random. So Jay Lethal, Cheeseburger, Adam Page, Cliff Compton, and Jay Briscoe were on the team. So and then Mark Briscoe was on the other. At least, I guess, other than the WWF shit, at least it's like an interesting concept because you have friends on each side, and like that's something interesting other than just throwing like 4 random faces and 4 random heels out there. So I guess, you know, it's worth something. But that's pretty much the week in wrestling. The only thing I think we have left to do here is put in our Hall of Fame inductee for the week. You can check out our Hall of Fame on Facebook.com/Suplex City Limits. We have an album that shows everybody who's been put in and when they were put in, so check that out. Tell us what you think, and we will roundly ignore it. If you disagree with it, write it down on a piece of paper, crumble it up real tight, and put it in your pocket. Yeah. Send, as we say on the show many times, send all hate mail to @thefederation on Twitter. They handle all of your angry messages for us.
That's right.
They'll let us know what you had to say. This week's Hall of Fame inductee, it had to happen. You know, being a fat man who was a fat child, I like fat wrestlers. Thus, Bam Bam Bigelow this week.
Perfect pick.
It's a great pick. Absolutely a great pick.
Dude, Bam Bam Bigelow was the shit. What are you guys' thoughts on Bam Bam Bigelow?
Dude, it's arguably one of Charlie and I talked about this, and Jason chimed in. We all when we were doing the Bret Hart, we talked about him on the show. Bret's match with Bam Bam from like King of the Ring, I think it was. Right. It's amazing. It's a great, and even Bret says like that's one of his favorite opponents to work with was Bam Bam because he was just deceptive and like, you know, oh yeah, he's a big dude. Like if you just looked at it just coldly, but when you get down to it, it's like guy can move like, you know, somebody half his size in some respects. Absolutely loved his resurgence in ECW.
Yeah, that was my favorite shit of his, honestly.
Holy smoke. His WCW stuff is awful. It's terrible to watch. Even the final Nitro to see him job out to Sean Stasiak is garbage. And I was going to ask, like, I'm glad you brought this up because do either of you guys know, like, why he didn't, like, after WCW got picked up, was it just they didn't want him to go to they didn't want him in WWF again, or was it his own choice? That's one thing I've always wanted to know because it would have been great to see him again in there.
Well, I know he did some drug problems and shit, too. I mean, he did eventually die of a drug overdose, but I don't know, man. He was pretty old at that point. You know, I mean, he was wrestling in WWF in the fucking, early 80s, right?
Yeah. He was, like, number 2 behind Hogan in terms of faces for a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he was born in 61, and he died in 2007 at 45. So, I guess in 2001, he would have been late 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting... that is an interesting part of it, I guess. I don't know what really happened with him, but he was never really used properly in WWF, man.
No.
Yeah, they didn't bring him in. They should have brought him in as a monster heel, and he was, for a while there, the era, I don't know why I'm connecting it to a video game, but I am, the WWF Raw video game for Super Nintendo era.
Sure, yeah.
When he was with Luna, that was good shit.
His feuds with Doink were pretty good. I liked
Yeah.
That's the ones that stick out in my head the most.
I guess he was under contract, and so he was one of the guys who sat at home. His contract expired in June of 2002, and he worked at USA Pro Wrestling. He performed his final match in 2006 for the American Combat Wrestling promotion. So, in his most profitable years, he earned between $750,000 and $1.2 million per year.
Jesus.
When would that have been? WCW, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, that's where everybody made their most money, I guess.
Right. Uncle Ted had the checkbook wide open those days.
Yeah.
You know, and the one thing I think that makes him one of the most badass dudes ever, ironically, is the fact that he put over Lawrence Taylor in a main event at a WrestleMania. He carried him and put him over. That is a badass dude, because there are a lot of wrestlers who wouldn't, not a chance in hell, they wouldn't have even let it get to that point.
And it shows that they had some respect for him, too, by choosing him to be the one to do it, you know?
Right.
So, yeah, also interesting shit about him. In July of 2000, he received second-degree burns on 40% of his body while rescuing 3 children from a burning house near his home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, following the incident, he spent 2 months recovering in a hospital. He saved 3 kids from a burning house, man.
Oh, he should have been the first one in the Hall of Fame for that.
I know, man.
It depends. It depends, though. It depends. Were they John Cena kids?
Just put him back.
Yeah, but, are you sure they weren't John Cena kids and he got burnt putting them back into the house?
I mean, the irony, I wonder if the irony of a guy who has flames tattooed on his head and wore a fucking flames his whole career, you know, I wonder if the irony of that was lost on him in that situation.
Oh, man. Yeah. Maybe, no? Use that as a cover? I don't know.
But yeah, but, you know, to go back then, in May of 2004, he was charged with endangering the welfare of a child through reckless driving. He attributed the incident to a seizure he had suffered, and the charges were dropped, so.
Yeah.
But I know he was in a motorcycle accident in 2005, you know, and then, yeah, I guess he was found dead in 2007. Multiple drugs found in his system, toxic levels of cocaine, and an anti-anxiety drug. So.
His stuff also, that Jersey Triad shit, though, in WCW was pretty good. Like, that was not awful. Like, seeing him together with Paige and Canyon, that was pretty good for Bam Bam and WCW.
Yeah, also, do you guys remember him from the 90s classic Major Pain? No?
Oh, no, I was...
Yeah, he was in that. Yeah, with...
forgot about that.
Damon Wayans.
Yeah, Damon Wayans.
Yeah, they hire him to come and beat him up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. But yeah, I always liked Bam Bam Bigelow. And like I said, growing up as a chubby kid, I was always like, him and Vader were like my favorite guys. Because I'm being a fucking fat kid, I totally like fat wrestlers.
Jeez,
so yeah.
Totally, man, wouldn't that have been a match? Did they ever have one? Bam Bam and Vader?
They were a tag team in Japan, dude.
Right. Okay.
You can YouTube them as a tag team. What a fucking amazing team! Japan really knew how to put teams together, man.
Yes, they did.
Did they have matches together? They probably did. In Japan, at least. I don't think anywhere. I don't think they'd have met up anywhere else.
That would have been the perfect place to have them have a match, is Japan.
Yeah, I'm sure they did that. I'm sure the Japanese did that because they love fucking giant guys like that.
Yeah.
And speaking quickly of giant guys. Emmanuel Yarborough passed away this week at 55. That guy, he was a UFC fighter. He fought in the old school UFC where it was like UFC 8, I believe he was in. So the giant guy versus small guy. He was fucking huge, that guy. He probably wrestled over in Japan too. Bob Sapp got it to wrestle over there and shit. That guy's fucking just worthless. So Bam Bam Bigelow, 34th inductee into the Suplex City Limits Hall of Fame, the most prestigious Hall of Fame in all of podcastum. The only Hall of Fame in podcastum. I don't know, we kind of stumbled, that wasn't a plan we had either. We kind of stumbled into that.
Yeah.
That first episode, which we reviewed WrestleMania and the Hall of Fame, that was our first episode. And I was like, fuck this, we'll start our own Hall of Fame. And the next week we did. Take it, Vince. Okay. So that's going to do it, man. That's going to wrap this bitch up. I want to get into what's coming up with the New Blood Rising podcast. Throw your links out there. All that shit.
Twitter at New Blood Pod, Facebook New Blood Rising Podcast. We're getting into our first episode out of WCW will be, we just need to we're going to be kind of picking up where that second hour, that rest of that simulcast left off with the rest of that Raw, building towards WrestleMania 17. We're just going to be kind of taking a look at, just storyline-wise, recapping where we're going to be at once WrestleMania 17 hits. And then from that point on, it'll just be after 17, just all the different pay-per-views going into Invasion, coming out of Invasion, and then into, you know, that gigantic roster that is the 2002, you know, WWF roster. It's funny, it's like this is the last, it's technically the last year of WWF is 17 to 18. So it'll be interesting to go through. So that's where we'll be headed next. And then movies for guys who like movies, I think coming out, I guess by the time this comes out, Point Break will already be out. So you can check that out and listen to us go through the original Point Break. It's crazy to think that now there's an original Point Break.
Are they making a new one, or they already did?
It's already out.
Fuck, man. It's coming. It came out on Christmas.
Oh, no. I was way behind the curve on this, I'm aware, but I finally watched Mad Max Fury Road, and fuck, that's amazing, dude.
Yeah, man.
If they want to do 80s movies, first off, do it like that, do a sequel or another story off of it, and secondly, make it like an 80s movie, dude. I haven't seen a movie made like that. I was like, they don't make movies like this anymore. Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Full of action-packed action.
The fact that one, like, you know, the National Board of Review is not it's not on the Oscar level, but it's pretty high up there for a Critics Award. And Mad Max won Best Film of the Year for that. That's amazing to me. That's amazing that movie carried that heavily.
There's somebody I know, former guest of our show, comedian JD Provorce. He's a huge Star Wars fan, but he's like still Mad Max Fury Road was the movie of the year for him. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed the shit of that movie. It was fantastic. Yeah. But yeah, Point Break too. It's not called that, I'm sure. It's a remake, right?
Yeah. So they're trying to make more like X Games kind of guys. It seems like extreme athletes is like the whole thing with them. But yeah, it was fun to go back and revisit the original Point Break. That was actually a lot of fun, and we talk about that quite a bit on that show. Just like the things that we would hope that we would see more in the remake versus what's in there, because there are some things we talked about that were kind of left out of even that original that could have been done. But yeah, we kind of dig into that, and then we'll see. I'm not sure what the next movies for guys like movies is going to be, but we'll have one out soon enough.
Is it actually movies that they played on that show, or is it just movies that you pick?
Oh no, for the most part, it's ones we picked. It was just because we were like, you know what, WCW, like during their time, they had that goofy movies for guys like movies that would come on, which would always be like, you know, most time it was a Golem Globus movie. Like I'm pretty sure Over the Top and Invasion USA were ones on there. So it's for the most part ones that we picked. Sometimes they're ones that wound up on there. Like I was trying to think. I was trying to think.
Used Cars.
I was trying to think if Used Cars would have been on there.
Oh,
that was fantastic. That movie's fun. Oh, I fucking love Used Cars. I love that.
Do you remember on that topic? Do you remember when they would put in the guys from Dinner with a Movie into WCW?
Yeah, Kevin Nash. I love when Kevin Nash was like, I don't get what happened to Mickey. They just shoved him and he had a heart attack. And that was always the thing I remember is Kevin Nash, doctor over here, talking about what happened to Mickey.
That's awesome, dude.
They just pushed him and he tore his quad. I don't get it.
Exactly. Look at the adjective there. Tearing. So, that's going to do it for this week. As always, fuck Kevin Nash. Thank you for listening to the show. Check it out next week. The first Jim and Rando solo show in a very long time. And yeah, January full of awesome guests.
How do I get you alone?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Have some
I'm done.
Beginning to it or something.
I'm done.
That's good to do it, man. You have anything to say to the people?
No, I'm trying to think. We never have a button for our show, so like I always think we just say, I'll just catch your ass down the road. I always just rip it off.
I like the Fudge Brothers last week with the do-do-do thing, and the other one does the end. I was like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty nice, yeah.
And as we always close the show, may you get all of the dick and or pussy that you desire. And remember, a winner is you.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam's in control. Bam Bam's in control. Bam Bam's in control.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
The big guy from Asbury Park. Come on, Bam Bam. Bam Bam is back.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Where's Bam Bam going? Leverage, close line move by Bam Bam.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bad motherfucker see that you're too slow. Flames tattoo across his head. Pile drive, Norman Smiley till the wiggle's dead. East Coast from Asbury Park, he'll fuck you up from dawn to dark. Just give him 10 minutes and you will know that you ate a dick from Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam's in control. Bam Bam.